See, fam, and I warned you about this days ago, and you probably already knew to be careful because, boy, the media is just comically attacking people right and left. And I said last year at this time, I said, listen, don't be believing everything you read because you'll be pissed off all the time, or either sad or something. They'll affect your emotions for the entire time, and then we'll find out the truth later. We say that mofo, I knew he was lying, but so. Now it's a question of the quality of lying, because it's allowed in off season and they take a license to that. These guys have careers and things to attend to, so that means that if they have to abuse you and me, that's what they're going to do. But in these days before the Niners focus on the QB situation, the media drama machine is working overtime to keep fan interest. There's already been some things about, and during the Combine is when a lot of deals are made and finished. So you figure the 49ers are on the way to the Combine. Something probably will come of that. So as the Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers angle starts to lose steam, and it's time to work on San Francisco, as has become an annual custom. We are that target. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hey, you got two premier quarterbacks. Bay Area boys, they love the 49ers. We're going to attach them to the 49ers each and every year, regardless as to what's happening. See? That's why I told you when everybody said, Rob, they don't want Jimmy, man. Look, they're talking to Tom. They're talking to... Listen, the 49ers go talk to whomever's out there. They don't give a dang about who's on the team already. It's about, John Lynch, as he put it, well, we're always going to be doing what we can to seek to get better. So... This is going to happen. Hey, if you think it's not going to happen next year, think again. This time next year, even if we win the Super Bowl, you're going to hear the same conversations. So tonight, taking your phone calls to discuss the Colin Cowherd explanation of what the Niners could be up to regarding Trey Lance and Jimmy G's future as well. It's all such entertainment. And you got to look at it that way. It's just entertainment. The 49ers aren't leaking things other. Well, they might be. They're leaking what they want us to hear, right? Meanwhile, Tom Pelissero, NFL Network, tweets the University of Kentucky is hiring 49ers quarterback coach Rich Scangarello as its new offensive coordinator. This per sources, unquote. See, and Scangarello is going to go and replace Liam Cohn, who took the Rams OC job and left behind the zone scheme Scangarello knows really well. See, because Rich Scangarello, during the time he was with the 49ers, is probably not going to be remembered. But, it's amazing how people say, you know what? If I'm going shopping for a coach, I'm going to San Francisco. Whoever they got, because the last 2 out of 3 years, them boys been in the NFCCG. And whatever they got going on over there, I want some of it. So they come over and get our coaches. How many coaches have we lost so far? But some good news for us, though. The 49ers have shown interest in re-signing Heem. I know some of us don't want that. I do. There's reasons I understand your pain for not wanting him to. Because the man he's got it. Oh, he cannot keep his body in one piece. But we have that that's 70% of our squad. The best players on our team have issues with staying healthy. That's just the way it is, and it's always going to be. I've already resigned myself to thinking that way. Don't think otherwise. Otherwise, you're setting yourself up for pain and heartache. So just know, the best guys on the team, at some point, any moment, any snap, are going to get hurt. And just hopefully they won't be serious and they'll be back in a couple of weeks or something like that. Well, that's the best you can hope for. But according to Jennifer Lee Chan of NBC Sports Bay Area, she reports Mostert's agent, Brent Tester, told Chan the sides have been in touch about a new deal for Mostert. Heem is scheduled, unquote. Heem is scheduled for free agency next month. He played only 4 snaps in week 1 of last season, as you well know. Had all of us laying on the floor. As soon as he walked over the sideline, looked like he was going to be okay, right? No, he wasn't. That's it. Rest of the season, no more game-changing, suddenly, boom, to the end zone. Oh, my God, that was brilliant. His knee injury required season-ending surgery. In the final week of the regular season, Mostert told beat writers that his cartilage was damaged enough to have a quarter-sized hole Damn. Ooh, and did you know this? And you probably have. You looked over this. The procedure required a suitable organ donor. Damn! That according to Mostert. He had to have an organ donor? So let me get this straight. If not for that organ donor, that leg is still in bad shape? He was 29 and played only 8 games in 2020 because of an MCL sprain and two high ankle sprains. So his age and recent injury history might have it easier it may make it easier for him to return to San Francisco on a short-term deal, which may be his best option. Because the 49ers have not forgotten that 2019 NFC Championship game when he had 29 carries for 220 yards and 4 touchdowns against the Pack. That's a record that is going to take a long time to beat, especially for playoff football. That was ridiculous. I mean, that's because Jimmy wasn't throwing the ball. I know. But fam, let's go to the book of Cowherd as he tweets. Because for concern for Trey Lance, or are the 49ers driving up Jimmy G's trade value? There could be a little gamesmanship here. Unquote. I just don't know if the 49ers would coordinate with all these people, or did they just sit back and take advantage of the fact that it was being out there? Fam, I don't know. I just don't know about the organized part of it, because that seems like a reach to me. I'm thinking, but I can see where they would use that ongoing rhetoric to their advantage, though. The 49ers are smart. Much doubt has been cast on the soon-to-be second-year QB, as you know, Trey Lance. First, Joe Montana claimed Trey was not ready to play. That rhymes in a frightening fashion, doesn't it? If he doesn't do well, you know that's going to be said over and over and over. Steve Young suggested that a veteran quarterback might be a good option for the Niners. The latest Outcaster is ESPN's Adam Schefter, who you heard about just a few days ago, who, like Montana, suggested the 49ers might consider holding on to Jimmy G, given the uncertainty surrounding Lance, which is not really out of the realm of possibility because Jed did say whatever length of time it took for Trey to get ready, he'd be willing to take care of Garoppolo. But we'll see how that goes. I still think the 49ers are hell-bent on making that trade, though. But this is, Lance, Lance, after all, what was it? Oh, yeah. Given the uncertainty surrounding Lance, after all, has just 2 NFL starts after limited collegiate experience. So that point is kind of easy to sell, just from words as that goes, right? Only those inside the Niners building know the real thoughts about Lance's development thus far. And Mike McDaniel got on with Rich today, Eisenberg. Everybody gives these... When they're asking people about Trey, they all give these vague answers. They don't say he just looked like straight money ready to play. They say everything but that. And they compliment him. They say, this is good, this is good, this is good, this is good. And he's going to be. They always keep saying he's going to be, But the Niners do seem intent on trading Garoppolo and officially ushering in the Lance era. If the Niners are going to continue to stick to their original plan as they have so far, we should expect a change. Because last year they said, look, Trey's going to work. He's going to redshirt for a year. Jimmy's our starter. Kyle said that from day one. There was ever no competition. Every time the media would say, is there going to... Kyle saw, is the competition heating up? No, there's no competition. I've made that clear. But every week the media would still ask him that until he finally got pissed off in about week 7 or 8 or something like that. And they stopped asking him. But, so what is the origin of all these rumors surrounding Lance's readiness to lead Coach Shanahan's complex offense? The herd has a theory worth examining. Maybe it's the 49ers. Dude isn't suggesting a leak inside the building, at least not an accidental one. Cowherd wonders if rumors surrounding Lance were manufactured to drive up G's trade value. Possible. Cowherd said, quote, couldn't I argue that Montana, Young, Schefter are all saying this benefits the 49ers? Why? I'm a GM. I call John Lynch. St. John will take Garoppolo, give you a 3rd-round pick. Lynch could reply, 3rd-round pick? Have you seen the stories? Trey Lance isn't ready. We're going to keep Garoppolo another year. Now, if the guy on the phone is serious, I tell you what, would you be willing to part with him for a second-round pick? I don't know how much clear I can make to you. I don't know why we're still talking. What do you want? I just told you. All right, John, you know what? How about a conditional pick? I tell you what, I'm going to give you a second-round pick. I'll give you a third-round pick. And if Jimmy G stays on the field all season long, if we have a productive season, you'll have that first-round pick next year. John sits there and thinks for a minute, probably. Okay, now you're talking like you want to do business. Which is what Adam Schefter is suggesting Garoppolo would stay next year. The Niners can take all those phone calls and say, hey, we're not BSing. BSing you here. He's not ready to play. You heard Montana. You heard Steve Young. And then if they want to add more to it, John, who's on the phone, or whoever, I'm pretty much knew what they're talking about a long time ago, right? Fam, there could be a plot in motion. We'll see how it plays out. But, yeah, I read this by Cowherd. I said, you know what? If the 49ers didn't plan on doing it in this fashion, after they've seen guys like the legendary Montana and Steve Young say what they said, then Adam Schefter comes in behind it. ESPN is all over this as well. You got Ryan Clark just saying the nasty things about Trey. I mean, it just goes on and on. The names are just lots. So the 49ers say, hey, you know what? These guys unconsciously don't know it, but they're helping us. So what we're going to do is next time somebody calls in here and says third or fourth round pick, we just say, listen, you guys got to know one thing. We're probably going to hold on to Jimmy 1 year unless we get something really substantial. And that pick is not what I call substantial. So listen, call me back when you got something you want to talk about. It's how you leverage. This is what you do. So, what's going to happen here, fam? And do we sign Mostert? Do you want Mostert back? And Scangarello, if they hire a plumber, a gardener, or something else like that for us, a quarterback's coach, how worried are you about that? These are things that are going to weigh heavy on our minds between now and the draft and whatever happens next. Danny Albright said sign Mostert and get a speed receiver. Oh, Danny Albright. Great minds think alike. Yes. Stop fooling around. Hey, he runs straight route. Bullshit. I don't care. Get me that guy that scares the bejesus out of that defense and get him the hell off that front line. Because as soon as the secondary guy thinks, man, let him come on out here, man, I got him. I don't want him, I got him. You ain't got nothing. You better look out and ask for some help. Because this dude runs close to a 4.2. Now, that's what I'm talking about when I say respect. Yes, unstoppable speed. That's what it takes. And Trey's supposed to have a huge arm. Let him use it. I don't want him trying to aim shots and thread needles. Let that thing fly. Let that speed just say, shh, I'm going to have to slow down. Just a little bit, though. Plop. Defense is behind him. Now, that's what I'm talking about. Do what you do, 88. What up? Hey, man, Vancouver, Washington House. What's up? Yeah, what do? What's up, fam? But anyway, yeah. I'm on the Mostert baby because you know what? It's all about luck in the NFL. What if Mostert went the whole season? 1,500 yards. 49ers go into the series, the playoffs 15-2. Oh, and mainly because of that run game, and nobody could do a damn thing with it. Like everybody's always saying. Now that you got Trey back there, now they have to be respectful of the run game at all times. Now, if I got that speed receiver, ooh, yes. And let's go to San Francisco. And Dre, come on in, Dre.
What it do, Ronbo? What it do, man?
Dre, man, I'm looking at Cowherd, man. I couldn't stop laughing because I said, you know what? That could, if it ain't a plan, it should be a plan. You know, don't let them give you no third or fourth round pick. Say, look, man, I ain't trying to hear that. You got to get better than that. So, you know. And then I say things like, I mean, I can keep Jimmy another year. We went last 2 out of 3 years. I've been to the NFCCG, man. Why I'm gonna give it to him for third round? You know. So, you know, Jay, is this a leverage move?
You got to think about it like this, Ronbo. When it comes down to Jimmy, it's a little tricky. Now, when I say this, I know everybody. Wait, first and foremost, before I even get started on this, I'm gonna pause I want to shout out to all the faithful out there, man. Y'all been on y'all thing, on y'all grind, making sure we keep Trey name above float. You feel me?
Mm.
I just want to shout them out. I mean, we ain't letting nobody just gonna dog our future little quarterback. You feel me? He a young one, he a young boy, but we ain't gonna let nobody dog him. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the faithful for keeping him up. You feel me? The same way they did Jimmy, they showing Trey that same love. We may got our haters that just cuss me out for no reason and call me all sorts of names like I said something wrong. But
That's the way we do. That's
it
the way we
is
do.
what it
You
is.
take a position, and there's always going to be an opposition. That's just the way it is. But go ahead, fam. What are you thinking?
Go. But back to what I was saying. But Jimmy, I feel because of his contract, and not because of his play on the field. His contract is so expensive. Jimmy, I would take a fourth, and they said the fourth next year is a possible second, depending on his time he spent on the field. So that's a win. Plus, we already got back what we invested. What we invested to go get Jimmy. We put a second out there. This man, he came in and did his thing, took us to the Super Bowl, the NFC Championship game. You feel me? He didn't did his thing. So we didn't got what we got from him. And if we can get a second next year, if he can stay on the field, I mean, why not?
And at least you get your second pick back, and that would be like gold. I mean, just give us back what we spent, at least.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, depending on how long his percentage on the field, you know, he can get us a second base. So, I mean,
you're talking about a conditional pick then.
So it's a conditional pick for second round next year.
You got to get something this year, though. Healthy. You can't just throw them
we get a fourth
this year. Fourth this year? Okay.
No, we get a fourth this year and a conditional second next year. I mean, conditional fourth next year, depending on his play on the field. And then what else I wanted to say? I want to make a comment on what you said. Jed said that only way Jimmy can come back is if he wins a Super Bowl. Then he doesn't mind sitting Trey Lance until the end of Jimmy's contract. That's what he said.
I don't remember, but okay, go ahead, elaborate.
He was saying that basically because the dude.
I could have swore I heard him say whatever it takes to get Trey up.
No, he said if Jimmy wins a Super Bowl, I do not mind sitting Trey Lance 2 years.
Okay, I'm gonna go research that and I'll get back to you. Okay, because I'm fairly sure I heard him say
gave his speech.
Whatever it takes. But go ahead.
That's why when it all happened, we was all like, okay, cool. Trey gonna play next year, Jimmy this year, unless Jimmy win the Super Bowl. So when he didn't win it, he was sad because he knew he wasn't coming back. That's why he was looking like he was ready to cry on the field. But anyway, I'm all a believer in bringing more speed, Mostert back. I know we're gonna have a lot of haters that say we don't know what he's gonna do, and we don't know this, we don't know what Trey gonna do. We don't know nothing around here. We just a bunch of dummies around here that don't know nothing and ain't been watching football. And what is ready, Ronbo? What do it look like? Can you elaborate?
What, ready?
That's what I want to know. What does ready look like? Please, as a quarterback, what does ready look like?
Yeah, no, I don't, because if I was in camp or something, I can observe, but I don't know what they're talking about. I don't know. I have no idea of what they're talking about. But, you know, you have to listen to reporters during the camp, but I don't know if they're watching either. I don't know, actually, what they mean by this.
I'm listening. Grant is the biggest critic of the 49ers. Grant Cohen is the biggest critic of the 49ers. We all know this. I didn't mention him a few times and me calling in and saying how much of a prick I thought he was. But he said Trey Lance is a beast. He's seen it with his own two eyes last year inside training camp. He said he thought that Trey Lance was going to come out and be week one number one starter, but he didn't.
Remember, Dre,
so then he realized,
as you mentioned, Grant being the biggest critic, he hates Jimmy above the level of criticism of the 49ers. I'm talking several levels.
No, he
hates Jimmy with a passion.
He said that Jimmy. But he said that Jimmy, he say Jimmy a nice dude. He talks about his character, say he a good dude. He just
that's as far as it goes.
Sucks as a football player.
Exactly.
But you got to look at what he been exposed to now, with his daddy and all the players, the people his daddy covered, and the players his daddy covered in his day. So I understand why he feels that way. He watched Colin Kaepernick play. I mean, I ain't dogging Jimmy and that. I'm a Jimmy supporter, but even Alex Smith played better than Jimmy Ronbo.
The thing is, none of them achieved the same thing. Grant got
I
mad
know
because
that's what
Jimmy
I
lost
say
that.
too.
Grant got mad because he lost that Super Bowl. Grant had big bucks on that game, and after Jimmy lost
I
it,
bet
he's
you
been
did.
livid ever since. So,
I bet
you
you.
could take Grant's
But I say
opinion about that
he was.
to a certain degree, but remember, he's got a
I
vendetta
mean,
or an agenda.
that plus the tapes that was recently released. You know what I'm saying? It just seemed like to me everybody's dogging the kid. You know, I understand that we don't know, but at the same time, when Jimmy came in here, we didn't know neither. He sat behind Tom Brady. We didn't know nothing about Jimmy until he hit that field. Then
True.
we learned everything.
Well,
You know what I'm saying? So we could say what we don't know and what we do need, but at the
mm.
same time, we didn't know. Think about when Jimmy first came in here and where he came from. What whole season did Jimmy get underneath his belt? He had
Well,
the same amount of games Trey probably had.
well, you got to figure Jimmy was in university a little longer, um, and he's been in the program for had been in the program nearly 4 years. So there's a lot of to be learned in that length of time. You
Okay,
got Trey
okay,
who
okay.
who
How
didn't
about
play
this,
much
Ronbo?
college ball.
Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson last
He-
year.
a
Zach
disaster.
Wilson threw four. He was a disaster. He was the first round draft pick. I don't hear nobody dogging him though.
He
Ain't
is.
nobody said nothing to Wade Justice. Ain't nobody say nothing about these people that came with Trey Lance in the first round draft last year that played horrible.
See, those
But
guys have already
everybody,
taken
oh,
over
Trey Lance ain't ready.
but they already all those guys already came in, and in fact that works against Dre. You know why, Dre? Because they came in and just got slaughtered, and they were from bigger school programs, more experience. This is why there's a certain amount of fear, and
But
it's
he came in,
justified.
but he came in and won. He didn't have that much experience, but he still came in and won a game against the Texans. And the Texans, yeah, everybody say, oh, that's just a weak team. For a person that only played in college football and not the
Yeah, he
NFL
looked
football,
good,
they're an NFL team that get
Dre.
paid just like everybody else get
If
paid.
I tell you what, if Dre was in, if Trey was in the draft this year, they say he'd be the #1 pick. So it's all about
Yeah,
maturity.
so we got him for chump
So
change. We got
yeah,
him for chump change. But I say, I mean, it is neither here. It's neither here nor there. It's chump change now that you think about it. I
absolutely.
mean, it's a
All right,
late,
fam.
it's an early second, but a late first. I mean,
There you
all
go.
right, Robbo. See you
Yeah,
next time,
I
man.
see. I'll be back Sunday. Looking for you. Maybe something else to
All right,
develop.
check you then, man.
All right, fam.
Yeah. All
Have a
right.
great night.
You too.
And hey, T Flow.
Yo, what up, Ronbo? How's it going?
T Flow, man, we're sitting back here, and I'm sorry. Colin Cowherd has come up with an angle that I thought was amusing. I said, 49ers could be trying to use it. 49ers said we can leverage this, boy. Listen, got the logo. Joe saying this. You got his backup saying this. You got the media saying this. Let's tell these guys when they call in here, thinking they're going to get away with giving us a 4th round pick, that we don't. You can't be serious. We're not giving you any 4th round pick. Look who's talking about this. Do you really think I'm going to give you a Jimmy Garoppolo for a 4th round pick? And they could work that. It's like playing poker. But D-Flow, and also, what about Mostert? Do you like to see him back in here? We don't have a quarterbacks coach next year. Are you concerned? Not yet. We don't.
Well, as for Mostert, I would love to get him back. But the thing is, would he want to go for more money going to Miami?
Who? Mostert.
Because I'm going to offer
Yeah.
him. I'm going to offer Mostert, like, look, this is what I'm going to give you, because so far you haven't really been healthy for the past 2 years, right? And basically, you're not going to be a feature back, right? You're gonna be a just a role player. You're going to go win a couple of times, maybe 10, 15 carries a game.
Yeah.
That's it.
And that's
So
too many.
basically,
That's scaring me.
yeah, that's too many. But who knows? He might get the money with Miami, because Miami got capped. And as for the Trey area and all this, where this ain't Trey ain't ready, where Joe's saying this, we gotta understand. Look at Joe. Joe's the pocket quarterback. His backup was Steve Young, who's a mobile quarterback, and we all know they don't get along. Joe Montana and Steve Young. So no matter what, he's always gonna hate on the mobile quarterback, always, no matter what.
But why
Joe
Steve
even
Young?
said,
But wait a minute, T-Flow. What about Steve Young? Why did he say what he said then?
all he said was is basically the truth. If he was ready to play, he'll start. That's all it was. Like, he's not gonna talk bad about like, oh, this is what I heard, this is what I seen, because don't forget, Steve Young talks more better. Like, he talks good about the 49ers than Joe Montana. Because I still think Joe Montana's still bitter that we traded him. So
Maybe.
that's it. Yeah. So basically, that's here and there. But
See,
with
they
Steve
waffle,
Young,
though.
it's like,
They tend to waffle back and forth. Remember, Joe said they shouldn't have paid Jimmy that contract. And then here we are a few months later, and they're saying, and Joe's saying what he's saying. So you can expect Joe and maybe Steve both to say something different later. But right now, these are the statements, you know.
yeah, and because right now, like, just look at the 49er beat writers. You know, like the guy was talking about, Grant Cohn. Yeah, we all know, you know, Grant loves controversy, but, you know, he keeps it real. Like, he sees what it is. It's like, dude, like, he sees how Jimmy Garoppolo throws in practice, 10 yards, 15 yards behind the line of scrimmage he throws. And when you see Trey Lance, even Matt Mayoko and Barrett, even Matt Burrows during the training camp, and we all know Matt Mayoko, he was all in for McCorkle. He wanted to get McCorkle for that number 3 pick.
Yep.
All right, but once Matt Mayoko saw Trey Lance, he said, "This guy is good. This is one of the best this is one of the best rookie quarterbacks that I've ever seen." So basically, who are we getting this intel from? People who basically never seen the 49ers practice? Those are the people who are saying Trey's not ready, or all the beat writers are saying this guy's ready, but he just needs reps. He needs game times. That's what he needs. That's what all the 49er beat writers are saying. So basically, I'm never going to...
Tifo, you know what the problem is? The deep-rooted problem is the fact that you've been to the NFC CG into the Super Bowl one of those years with Garoppolo, no matter what his faults or problems or his weaknesses are. So now you bring in this kid that played 1 year college football in a Division II division, and he's not got a lot of experience. He's got some work to do. Even he knows. You're going to go from those two different. You're going to take this team. Tifo, here's the problem: the pressure is going to be huge on Shanahan, and Lynch, and to some degree Trey Lance, but maybe not because Trey Lance has an excuse already if things go south. He hasn't had enough time to develop, right? So that's why you're getting these conversations, because if the 49ers don't do anything less in NFC CG next year, this is a fail.
See, but we can't say it's a fail yet because we got to see who's on the team first. We got to see who's on the defensive roster. So as of right now, we can't even say that. But what we can say is, Grant Cohn put it out there too. He's all, look, Houston, Texans is a professional team. All right. The week before that, a quarterback from the Chargers got his butt kicked. All right, and we all know he's a up and comer quarterback. Right?
Yeah.
I think it was McCorkle played him, Houston Chiefs, Russell Wilson, the quarterback from the Jacksonville Jaguars, and I forgot who else. Trey Lance played better than all of them when they played Houston. Yeah. So how could you say he's not ready? And with everything that's going on,
you need to win more than one game. Now the thing is,
exactly, you got to win. You got to win more than one game.
Yeah.
Just like how we talked about. You remember with Ambry Thomas when he first started playing, we said he was a bum, right? Everybody said he's a bum. He sucks. He's this. Yeah. But when he got more reps, he got better. And better and better. Okay. Correct.
People, remember one thing though: there's still an urgency. We don't have to. We're not a rebuilding team. We're not one that has time to wait. Those guys, Kittle, all these guys are not getting any younger. So you need to get out there and do it now. This is why I do wonder how the 49ers are going to handle this. You're not going to put much emphasis on. They're probably going to run the ball. We thought we ran the ball. They ran the ball a lot with Jimmy. Oh, there's going to be a lot of running this year because you don't want to get him out there and put him in a position to fail, because once he loses confidence at this particular stage in his career, it could be lethal. So it's going to be almost like how we have with the offense with Jimmy Garoppolo, but the only difference is that we're going to spread the ball. We're gonna spread the ball, deep threat. If you give us a speedster, then it's for sure over, because Trey got the arm to throw it deep.
All right, because we got to understand it's just exactly what you said. We got George Kittle and all of them. They're all getting older. But we talked about it a couple of days ago. The Niners have all the players that are in offense. Like, look at all the Pro Bowls who went this year. They're all in offense.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, how come we can't score points? How come we can't? We got the best tight end in football who barely averages what? Maybe like 5 touchdowns a year.
Well, Tiflo, we did score points. Remember, we made our way into the playoffs from coming from a deficit.
Yes, we did.
The thing is, try not to belittle what's already been accomplished and look upon the future to see if you can equal that and go beyond, right? So
Ronbo,
to get back to that conference game is what you want to shoot for. If you get less, that means you took a step back. And this is what fans are going to be bothered by.
Because we don't know how the defense is going to shape up yet. We know who's going to be there in offense because we that's who we practically signed. But you got to think about it like this. Let's say if we don't make it because let's say the NFC gets better, but if we're averaging what 35 points a game. I'm happy with that because we haven't even done that with Jimmy Garoppolo and the best offensive coordinator.
That's true, but I got to tell you, T-Flo, don't think defenses are going to get any weaker next year. So that's what you got to look forward to. All right, listen, T-Flo, I'm going to go out of time.
Defense may get weaker because everybody's on one-year
contract. Opposing defenses. I don't know. Sometimes people think that we should just be able to steamroll other teams. They got good players, T-Flo. It's not as easy as some people think. But listen, but look who we got. We got the best tight end in football. We got the best. We got the best fullback in football. We got one of the best wide receivers too. We got the best. Yeah. So basically, you can't say look at anybody who has a decent amount. All I'm saying is you got to look out for the defenses. All right, T-Bo, we'll see you Sunday. Good night, Allie. All right, Tony.
Bye.
Ronbo.
Tony.
You're almost there, brother. Almost there.
You know, I'm sitting here thinking, man.
All right,
go ahead.
All right, let's dive into this pile of crap that we're in.
That we stay in each every year
in the 49ers, right? Yeah. I think this is bigger than Trey and bigger than Jimmy.
Yeah, could be.
Right, you touched on it a little bit. Now let me give you a scenario, all right? And then we can work it out from there. If we got, before everyone starts jumping up and down, right, this is a scenario. It's not real life.
All right.
If we got Brady as a starter, guess who you've got as a backup? Trey Lance.
Yeah.
Right? So I personally think there's nothing wrong with Trey. I think the big dilemma here is doesn't matter which one you start, whether it's Brady or Trey Lance. You start Trey Lance. Who have we got as a backup?
Tom.
And that backup, can he carry the team into the Super Bowl?
Oh, yeah. Well, that's scary.
You understand where I'm coming from now?
Yes.
Okay, so that's the dilemma. It's not because they want to keep Jimmy or they don't want to start Trey. It's they want to have 2 quarterbacks. Because if you look at Jimmy and Trey, it doesn't matter which one goes down. The other one can carry the team. All right, into a Super Bowl. So now if we get rid of Jimmy, here's the dilemma. If we get rid of Jimmy and Brady's not ready or whoever, or they can't find another quarterback as good as Jimmy to sit behind Trey, just in case Trey goes down, like you said, we take a step back. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. This is why Nick Foles, he's already got a job. Tony, this is the $1,000 question and that's the elephant sitting in the room that nobody's paying any attention to. Trey's not guaranteed to make it through a whole season. Hell, he didn't make it through the first few weeks of the season without getting hurt. So now we don't have anybody to back him up. Oh, man. Hey, Nick.
That's what I'm saying to you, brother.
Nick is coming back.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Think about it. I mean, even if we could get Nick Mullins behind Trey Lance.
I'm thinking that's who's coming back.
All right, he knows the offense.
Yep.
Trey can start, but we've still got a quarterback that can carry the team. If Trey, well, we don't wish that Trey goes down, but anything can happen.
But it happens.
Game. It's a tough game, man. All right? Let's not fucking beat around the bush. I mean, I personally believe this is the dilemma the 49ers are discussing, right? We get rid of Jimmy. All right, who do we put behind Trey? Trey goes down, our season's gone. We don't want that, all right? Because McVay's just won a Super Bowl, and Shanahan does
He's got to be
not.
burning Shanahan up, you know it.
Guarantee Shanahan's burning up, at 3,000 degrees, and he's thinking this season, if I don't show this little punk-ass bitch, what am I going to do?
Tony, especially after owning his ass for 3 years, all of a sudden, that Super Bowl's ours for the taking. We end up losing to the friggin' Rams. What?
Yeah. And the statistic, the fourth quarter statistics are exactly the same. He removed in both games, all right, Deebo Samuels in the Super Bowl and in the playoffs.
Oh.
The same player that was killing him. Right? But the quarterback position, think about it. This is the dilemma. That's the dilemma with the quarterbacks. Right? We need two quarterbacks. Jimmy and Trey, doesn't matter which one starts. If Jimmy came back and said, all right, I'll let Trey start and I'll sit behind him just in case he gets injured. Would everyone be happy with that? Bloody yes, they would.
Yeah. But he gets paid too much more.
At least we've got
than Trey.
At least we've but at least we've got a quarterback, a backup that we know can carry us through the injuries and get us to the Super Bowl and maybe win the goddamn thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Because Tony, you can assume if Jimmy and the guys get together, they know each other like the back of their hands, right? You figure they're probably going to make the playoffs minimum, right? So now it's the unknown that we're going into. We need to see Trey play for 5 or 6 or 7, 8 games to know exactly what he's actually capable of doing, right? So in the meantime, you got to test that, and you got to keep your fingers crossed because, like I said, anything less than getting to the promised land, at least getting there, it's going to be unacceptable by a lot of people.
It is. But the media is going to have a field day. All right? They're already saying we've got, we're one of the favourites to make it back again.
Yeah. And they're going to blame.
All right.
If we don't, they're going to start designating blame, Tony. Oh, they'll probably start designating blame even on the fans. Oh, it's going to be ugly.
And then what happens? The 49ers become clickbait for the rest of the year. For these
That's how they make a living
now,
on us. They do. God.
I'll leave you with one thing, all right? I'm not sure, but the family can find out. But I'm 90% sure. Isn't Trey Lance seeing what's his name's daughter?
Beck. What? No. Tony, please fill me in. Is Trey seeing somebody's child? Somebody big time?
Yeah, the guy that's
Okay.
what's his name? Say his name, Ronbo. He has he's a not commentator. He's damn it!
You know what? I got to Google this. I'll find out because that's got to be out there already. I just didn't see it. I didn't know Trey was seeing it.
Who did you say was talking about the 49ers and mention some names from these commentators?
Well, it can't be Cowherd because his children are too young.
That's him. That's him.
What? Really?
Colin Cowherd's daughter.
Whoa.
Trey Lance. I'm pretty sure that Trey Lance is seeing Colin Cowherd's daughter.
That could be a subject for Sunday. I'll tell you what I'm doing. Tell you we're out of time. I got to check that out. I don't know Cowherd had a daughter that old. Okay. Tell me I'll see you Sunday.
All right, brother.
Wow.
Shout out to everyone and see you in the next chapter. Yeah, but just think about that, what I said about the quarterbacks.
Oh, my God. All right. See you later, Tony. Cheers.
Cheers, brother.
He tabloids and says as we're saying goodbye. Not in my nature. Ronbo, Jimmy isn't ready for him. Right? No, Jimmy for sure isn't ready. After a Super Bowl and an MCC championship, he is not ready. Hey, Troy.
Bro, how you doing?
I'm just hanging out and watching people talk about us. You know what I'm saying? Who is this? Oh, it's Troy. Troy, it's like we're the butt of every joke with the media now. They just be working us like crazy. And your feeling on Cowherd's theory about using this for leverage to trade Jimmy and get a better pick than third or fourth. And are you delighted about Mostert 49ers reaching out to see if they can get him? And we don't have a quarterback's coach anymore. What are we going to do?
Well, Ronbo, as for Mostert, I hope we do sign him back.
You a Mostert fan too? Yeah, I know.
He was pretty much lightning in the ball when we had him when he was healthy. So,
I mean, God.
So I don't see why we wouldn't give him a chance to get back and redeem himself after he got hurt.
Yeah, give him an incentive deal. You ain't got to pay him big bucks. Just say, Haim, you make it through the season and you do X, 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 and X, you're going to be a man that gets paid like Jed York. You know, I mean, tell him, you know, see if he can make it, because it's a win situation for us. And if he don't make it, we don't spend any money.
Now, Ronbo, I want to ask you something. And I want to piggyback off what the last caller was talking about Jimmy. If Jimmy walks and he goes somewhere else, and we start Trey, and just saying there's something happened to Trey, what happens? What you think happens to the team? Now we are a Super Bowl ready team, you know, and we expected to get back. But if something happens to Trey and nobody to back Trey up that's capable, even if we go ahead and we get somebody that's been in the system before, but still not capable of doing the things that Shanahan wants. Either way, the playbook is still going to be watered down because Shanahan wouldn't have all the plays that at the disposal that he liked to run. So we still handicap either way.
2 words, dead meat. No matter how much we hope everything will be fine, dead meat. Because now you got, I don't know, Nick Mullins is the only person I think of is available that we can bring in. You know, after that, like you just said, it's got to be somebody who's adept to the system and Shannon can yell out plays and they can run it. Otherwise, what?
Right. But see, you know, social media, Facebook and all them, they're pretty much just, they canning Jimmy for everything. He did everything wrong. He never did anything right.
Can't throw the ball more than 5 yards. Interception on every other pass. The stories are wild, you know.
Oh, it's out of hand. But, you know, I'm kind of anxious to see how the season is going to go if Jimmy do walks. You know what I'm saying? Everybody pretty much got their faith in Trey. We only seen him but 2 games. Yeah. You know, and I know he's a promising rookie, and he got a strong upside, and I hope he do well.
Yeah, we have to.
But injuries do happen, you know. So it's going to be interesting to see who this second quarterback going to be.
He's had 2 already, Troy. The finger incident against the Raiders. The Cardinals was the knee. You know, that could have been avoided, though. Trey's got to learn how to run safely. So he'll be able to avoid those, I'm hoping. But accidents happen. This is what I've been trying to tell people for years. You know, you see, look at Jimmy and everybody else in the league. They're going to get hurt. The quarterback position is the most vulnerable on the field. If his offensive line is not good, he's the victim. You can't blame the quarterback for that every time. And, you know, if he was mobile. What happened to Trey Lance? What's his name over in Baltimore? Stretched him out. It don't matter if you're mobile. Defensive linemen are going to get you. Or linebackers or somebody. Right.
But see, the thing that killed me with the finger that he had, that finger lingered for weeks and weeks that we didn't even know about.
I know.
You know. So,
they don't have to tell us either.
Right. And see, when Jimmy got hurt, then all of a sudden Trey's finger healed up.
It's bad. That means, why did you hesitate? Well, at that point, you know what, though, Troy? It was too early. You know, Trey, no matter how great he looked in practice, is not ready for game speed. So, you know, I could see where they don't want to bring him in now at that time. Right. You know. But later on, he looked a lot better, as I say, against the Texans than he did against the Cardinals. So,
yeah,
he's progressing.
You know, what you think about all the rumors that's out about Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers?
Troy, aren't you getting tired of it? Troy, I would bet everything I own that Tom Brady is not even considering retiring last 2 weeks ago, and it's yep, let's go, 49ers, I'm ready to go. No, it's what? Come on, science fiction people, stop. It's not going to happen.
But the thing is, with all the double crossing, a few weeks ago, everybody was ready for Trey to start and take over, and we're going back to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to the Super Bowl. But now, since Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady done surfaced, they didn't pretty much just keep Trey to the curve. So I guess we need to make our mind up who we want as our quarterback.
Troy, I want to take a poll though. Like you say, a few weeks ago, all right, Jimmy, get the hell up out of here. We got Trey. We're going back to Super Bowl. Okay, for those same people who said that, I want to know if any of them are on the Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers train. I just wonder, how many of them?
It's Ronbo, I tell you, it's a bunch of them. It's more than what we think.
So, because I hope Trey does play next year, and I hope he does well, because he's got a lot of things going for him, and he's got a great team surrounding him. Now,
right.
I don't know. I just wish he had more experience and seen more things. And it's not about when I say experience, I want him to have experience to certain things that DCs are going to throw at him. And then when he picks himself off and dusts himself off, okay, y'all bring that shit back here again. I'll be ready next time. He's got to go through those moments, right? So these are the things I'm concerned with.
The thing with they're gonna throw defenses at Trey that he ain't never seen before. You can't practice for that. You just can't. Yeah. They can go through all the scenarios they want to in practice, but as soon as he get out there, he gonna see defenses that he ain't never saw before. Mm-hmm. And I'm quite sure when the Texans game that he played in, that was one of the main reasons why he held onto the ball as long as he did. He wasn't sure what he was seeing.
Yeah, and that's normal, So he's got to go through that, and then when he gets through that, we'll see what he's got then. But that is going to be something we've got to be patient about. And like I said, this is a Super Bowl team. I don't know, George and the guys are probably, I don't know how much patience they're going to have. But, it's just normal progression.
Yeah.
Nick Mullins, well. Troy.
All right, Rama.
I'm banking on Nick Mullins returning to this team in 2 weeks.
Well,
I ain't going to be mad either.
Kyle will probably upset everybody, and we'll probably end up we'll probably draft another rookie.
Troy, good stuff. Appreciate you, fam. I'll be back Sunday. All right.
All right, Rumble. Take it easy.
You too, fam. Thanks. And I see Split Difference says 6 year, 6 seasons, 6 championship. It will happen in 2022. Would that be something? We're celebrating. This time next year, we're sitting thinking, damn, we did it. They did it. They damn did it. KC. Casey. Let me, here's a signal for Casey. 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 If that don't work, nothing works. Casey's really out. Case, we'll be back. Let's get over here to I'm looking for a name here. Jack. Is it Jack? Jack? Is the other Jack? Hey, Jack, come on in.
What's going on, Rainbow?
Jack, we're just looking at a situation. Right now, it's probably too early to react because they haven't even went to the combine yet and made deals like they like to do with the combine. But we're looking at this situation, and Cowherd came up with something I thought was pretty amusing. Colin says, man, listen, the 49ers are leverage has been created now where they can get the pick that they want because there was one article out saying the 49ers may hold on to Jimmy Garoppolo if they can't get what they want, right? And, this is the media speculation. Yeah. That did not come out of the San Francisco facility. So people are going to start thinking and projecting like they always do. And then you pick and choose which things that you think might be worthy of thought, So Cowherd says, you can see all these people saying Trey's not ready. Well, now when you call, I can tell you, listen, I've got a quarterback that I need to raise up. I may need to keep Jimmy. Unless I get something substantial, I'm not willing to move him. So these are the things, Jack. Where is this going? And how do you feel about Mostert and bringing him back? And Rich Gangarello is no longer our quarterback coach. What are we going to do?
Well, I'm glad we got rid of the quarterback coach. I don't think he was all that good.
Rich ain't doing nothing special.
I'm kind of glad he went to Kentucky. Is that where you went, Kentucky? Yeah. And Mozart, I told you the last time when I called. I think Mozart, he might be gone. He's a good trade bait, you know.
Yeah.
But I think what's
But
happening,
but he's a
what's
free
happening
agent
right
though.
now with well,
You
they'll
can't
work
trade
something
him.
out. Sign him on a little
Sign and
contract
trade.
and train him with big money.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know, it's 49ers right now. We just have it's just timing, you know. It's just bad timing because the team is really we're the urgency of winning the Super Bowl, and this team is really all it really needs is a veteran quarterback or somebody with experience to throw the ball.
Name some
And
names.
we're pretty much in the Super Bowl. Yeah,
Jack,
so
because we're going to talk about this soon.
I mean,
Name some people you think might be able to handle that.
it,
I don't know, because Kyle
I
said I don't want him
I
to
don't
back
know.
up
You
on his
know,
book.
I don't know. You know, I know it's too late to talk about Matthew Stafford. I think we just pushed the button on that one, so the Rams.
Well, that's
That,
over.
but
Yeah, he's getting ready to
I don't
sign
know.
a deal with the
I don't
Rams.
know about. I don't know about too many names right now. But I just think it's just a lot of things right now that's happening with the team. It's just bad timing because I think earlier in the season when Jimmy first got hurt and Trey took over, and if his finger wasn't, he didn't get that finger hurt, I think he would have finished off the season. But
You mean his
finger
knee?
got hurt.
Because his finger got
Or
hurt
his
again
knee
in
or something
preseason.
happened, yeah.
Yeah, preseason the finger.
Okay, well, I think it was his knee,
Against
something happened with his knee
the
in the
Cardinals.
first game he started.
Were you
So
impressed
I
with him
think
again
after that,
in that Cardinal game?
the thing is not even about impressive. I just need him to get reps. And I
Yeah.
think the more each game that I've seen him or each quarter that I've seen him play, I actually seen him progress. You know, by the fourth quarter, he was already getting comfortable. It was amazing seeing how he progressed through, you know, quarters. So I think he's a fast learner. But, you know, this team is basically a brand new Ferrari or Corvette, and Shanahan and Lynch is going to have a hard time, you know, giving the keys over to a 17-year-old or just a young kid. You know, you don't get that.
Jack, you
You
dropped
know,
him back into
it's
high
basically
school. He's 21.
But I'm just yeah. Well, you he will be 17 in the NFL. He's still a rookie.
I know, right?
In the NFL, you ain't.
Yeah.
You know, so you wouldn't buy your you know your teenager a brand new Ferrari, right? You go buy him something basic, right?
Get him a
So you
used
need to
car,
get those
especially your
keys.
son. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're gonna give those keys to somebody that's, you know, older, somebody that's a veteran, somebody who's been driving for a while. So that's what the team is, you know. I don't know of any names that we can pick up right now, but
Aaron Rodgers.
we
And
just
that's because
need
he's been
somebody
playing
to
with
throw the ball.
LaFleur. That's the only name I
Yeah,
can think
but I heard
of.
they was about to pay him. It was about to pay
Highest
him $50
paid
million.
in the league.
That much, look, man. He can stay right there in Green Bay, eat as much cheese.
Damn.
He can stay right there in Green Bay, eat as much cheese as he wants to. He can stay right there. But I think Jimmy, you know what? Jimmy might end up in Miami, man. You know, we got Daniels over there. Might end up in Miami, man.
Tua's the man. He already made him. You know what, though? You mentioned
Tua's
that.
the man.
He might end up in. Well, the Raiders seem like they're stuck with Carr. Because McDaniels, who raised Jimmy, he would be the guy. But they're signing Carr.
Yeah, you know, we just got a young GM and coach, and I think they tried to cover their ass last year in the draft by drafting Trey Lance, and they covered their ass all right. But now the same circus that they didn't want to happen during the season, it didn't happen. They did a good job of keeping that away. But in the off season, here's the circus right here. You know, they don't know how to handle it. They knew this. So, you know, the media's gonna talk. You gotta let them talk. That's what they do. You know, but it's just bad timing right now for Kyle and John to make a lot of tough decisions. Yeah, and the tough decisions because the team is in a win now situation, like you said. These guys are in their prime.
Yeah.
And you just don't give the keys over to that young kid. I mean, he could be ready. I'm not saying that, but the thing is, you know, if they're let's say the media, okay, they're saying, okay, you plug in Brady, you plug in Rodgers, you got a Super Bowl. I mean, if it's that simple, then Kyle and John is sitting back there having a lot of coffee thinking about this. You know, it's not going to be
pots.
easy.
You're drinking out the pot.
Pots
about
of
a cup.
coffee, you know, pots. But we just in the win now, and it's just a bad time to hand the key. And one more thing, I didn't think Kyle even knew that he was going to get this far in the beginning of the season. I don't
You think so?
he knew that. I don't think he knew the team had it in him. So now that bit him in the ass, he did such a great job this year. Now he got a dilemma now. It's like,
Jack,
the team is still in the win now situation, you know.
You know, Jack, the only thing I disagree with that because the fact is he could have said, okay, that's it. I'm done with Jimmy. Let's get in there because he didn't give up. I'm thinking that Kyle may have thought that they might do what they did. Maybe.
Well, the thing is with that, Rambo, it's like when you remember we was in the playoff before the playoffs started. So the thing is,
every year,
still had a chance
the
to
last
get in the
three.
playoff. You can't. The game plan that he had with Jimmy, he can't game plan that same game plan.
True.
We wouldn't have won all those games because you had to minimize the playbook, and just the game plan would have been so minimal. We wouldn't have won. We wouldn't even got in the playoff.
Yeah.
By the time we got to the Rams game, hopefully we'd have had enough place of pride that we beat them going into the playoff. You know, that's about it. That's the greatest thing that happened in the season. If we'd have probably left off going with the kid. You know, it's just the game plan and going to the playoff. We wouldn't have probably won in Green Bay. You know, probably won the Cowboys game going there with the kid. You know, game plan and just doing the work.
We got him ready for next year. You know, Jack. The biggest problem is I wonder how the guys, because they still love Jimmy to death, right? I'm wondering next year what kind of residue is going to be left over from that if we're not winning immediately. That's going to be the story to tell. We got to go now, though, fam.
I think I think I could answer that real quick. But you know what? We already did that this year. So we did that already this year, Rambo. So we already built with that already. So I don't think that should be none of their worries anyway. But honest, y'all faithfuls, y'all have a good night.
You too, fam. Have a good night, Jack.
All right.
Let's go back and check on Casey. Casey! You know what? Casey never fails. I hope it's okay. Somebody call 911. Immediately.
What's happening?
Emilio, man, you know how the media be starting stuff and we get to talk about it all the time. You know, thank God for the media because, you know, if it wasn't for them, there wouldn't be no fun.
No, we can still talk whatever we can talk. That's just their opinion. Like, we all have our opinion on it.
But what I'm saying
that's all that is.
They're the ones who set these fires that people say, what? The media, that's what they like to do.
You know
they
what?
like to get that, what? They love it.
You know, now that I don't really listen to it. You know, the only time I kind of listen to it, like, when you're reporters like Matt Mayoka that deals with the team all the time. And you listen to that. And I was actually just listening to him earlier. He was talking about the whole Tom Brady thing. Tom Brady was talking about he didn't officially say he was retiring, which made sense. I get it, you know. But it's just, you kind of got to look at it. You're going to have to give up a lot of time just to get him from
Wait. Add to your story, though. Add to your story. Tom Brady was not happy with Bruce Arians. Okay, now it all adds up.
Not. He's not.
That's how you put that together, see? Now he's mad as hell, wants out, retired. He's ready to come to San Francisco.
Well, what the hell? He was mad with Belichick he was mad at Belichick with the whole Jimmy Garoppolo thing before him.
And
he was mad at the Patriots and then left after. So you know, he's just another drama queen, just like Aaron Rodgers. He's just drama queen at this point.
Worst. You go get paid too.
You know.
Well, that's what he was doing in the first place. He ain't fooling me.
I'm like, I highly doubt they come because it's just, you know. The only way I see them actually do coming, I say Brady more than Aaron, is if Shanahan and Lynch really are getting desperate. Like, you know what? We need to win there. I'm like, you know, it's cool to win the Super Bowl. You know, I'm all for it. I want to win it. I want to see another Super Bowl win. But you got to ask yourself, do you really just want one? Let's just say we get the Super Bowl.
One Tom Brady ring, so he can have it.
Yeah, with Tom Brady ring, right? You know, yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
This scenario is playing out. And then after this, they just get rid of everybody. Would you want that one ring, just say we got 6, and then just stuck for another 10 to 15 years?
Or more.
Then at that point, they would just demolish the team? Or do you want to be a current team? At least we have a shot to fight every year. or every season, and eventually get maybe one out of the whole, out of that time being within a couple, at least say, a good 5-6 years.
Yep.
So you really got to ask yourself, do you want to be relevant or just get that one Super Bowl done and out and then just suck for 10 years? So that's what it's going to really take. Because think about it, with Tom, there's a matter of time before the Buccaneers are going to be horrible. You see, as soon as he left the Patriots have been stuff for a while too. I don't really see them getting better with Mac Jones. That was just a one-off season because that season was that division is horrible.
Yeah,
the only good team on there is the Bills.
It's still true, but still, you build a team. None of our guys, Montana, Steve, none of them won without an incredible team around them. This is what the 49ers, I think, are always thinking about. Make sure you keep the pieces around your quarterback. He'll be responsible to a degree, but he's not fully responsible. Because if you got Jerry Rice and Taylor and all those other guys, that defense was just knocked in, you can win ball games. But if the quarterback's going to carry the team by himself, like Russell Wilson tries to do in Seattle, it's not going to happen. So that's what that's 49ers thinking.
I'm with you, but I get that. Yeah, that's, you think about it. I know we traded for Young, but at least Young was with the team before, before he took over the reins. You got to think about it. With Tom Brady, I just honestly think they're just going to destroy the team after. I'm like, well, we won a ring, we can destroy the team after. Because a good example is, do you really think the Rams are going to be able to go back-to-back after all them trades and everything they did?
No. And I mean,
you really think they're going to be a real powerhouse?
Reasons it'll take too long, but go ahead.
Should you really be honest with yourself, or everybody else? Really be honest with me. You really think the Rams are going to be another powerhouse for a couple of years to come, or you really think they're going to be straight garbage?
But they'll get beat.
So it's a lot of ifs and ands right now, just because of whole maybe Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Trey Lance, I just I don't see why Trey Lance wouldn't be ready. It's basically kind of the same thing to getting that Jimmy just had, but the thing we're upgrading. It's the quarterback. The only thing upgrade we're kind of seeing is that
it's just experience to me, though.
Yeah, that too. But I
say got to go through some
it's a partial upgrade. I just say it's a partial upgrade because Trey can throw that ball a little better than Jimmy could.
Yeah, but not
Jimmy
exactly.
was able to run the offense.
Timing.
Well, I just say Jimmy can run the offense. That's one thing I gave Jimmy. He was able to command the offense and run the offense. But even just his downfall is throwing that damn ball deep. That was his problem. So we just gotta wait and see with Trey. I think and for me, I think we can get in the playoffs. It just depends how good Trey gets this season and how far we go.
The defense
I just say we can't get in the playoffs.
Yeah, the defense got to stay tough too. All these things come together to make for a championship team. Because you look at Tom last year in the Super Bowl. Emilio, what did Tom do when they beat the Chiefs? Tom didn't do a damn thing. He didn't have to.
Well, no. One thing you got to look at, that Super Bowl. Yeah, that Super Bowl. Yeah, he didn't do nothing. Yeah, that Super Bowl, he didn't do nothing. That was all the defense.
Yep.
But at least with Tom, he was able to at least to come in the offense when you need to create drives when he can, and he could.
9 out of 10 times.
Like I said, I don't really want to talk bad on Jimmy because we had 2 great seasons with Jimmy. I give him that, but it just we couldn't get over the hump. You look at Kaepernick, same thing. I like Cap too, but
Aaron Rodgers,
he couldn't do it.
Russell Wilson. That list is long of guys that did once and done. And Jimmy almost did one and done. Yeah. But, it's hard to grade a quarterback by his missing the Super Bowl. If he gets there, you got to give him respect. But, but we're going to see what happens next year, though. But, we didn't run out of time. I'll see you Sunday.
All right.
All right, fam.
All right. Yeah.
That'll be there.
You have a good night.
See you, fam. See, even Steven says, fist bump. Oh. Even Steven, what's up, fam? Thanks for the contribution. Hey, the law has arrived. Brian!
The law says know your damn role. What's up, Ronbo? Know your role. Shut your mouth.
And shut your mouth. I know. You're just saying, Brian, look at it. I was looking at Cowherd's theory about what the 49ers are doing. This is that limbo period when all people do is media people go wild and speculations and people start thinking, getting into thoughts and starting to believe everything they believe. and we'll all be corrected soon. But the thing is, how do you handle that phone call, Brian? You sit there at the phone waiting for somebody to make a deal because we got rid of Garoppolo. We can't. No matter what, the bottom line on Jimmy G is we cannot afford his ass. That's it. I mean, everything else aside, $24 million. We ain't got no money. We already drafted a quarterback and paid a king's ransom. He's got to play. And we have to win. It's a rock and a hard place. Ain't nobody interested in coming. Well, the 49ers, they look good with a 7-10 record this year, and Trey Lance shows plenty of promise. People go mad as hell, including the guys on the team, right? Because blame gets handed out when you fail, whether it's on the coach, the defense, the quarterback, coach, quarterback, front office, in that order, you know? So, trying to get Jimmy to get a second-round pick for Jimmy, you got to do some BSing on that phone, Brian. How you going to do? And do you want to keep Mostert? I think you already said you did.
Yeah, I said I would give Mostert one more shot. Give him one more shot. It'll be, deal be conditional. Yeah. It'll be conditional, whatever. But give him. I give him one more look. I'll give him one more look. What else I'll say? And man, Ronbo, boy, these scenarios are killing me, man. Honestly, Ronbo, I'll be glad when the season get here.
Oh, man,
I swear.
God! So we stop all this and we know the answers.
I'm tired. It's one thing you look, you go on YouTube and everybody's wearing 12. Everybody's wearing that scarlet. That's
Brian. Why? Good sense, Brian.
I don't know good sense? Why are they doing it?
He's not coming to. Tampa Bay
neither
wants
one of them
in return. He wants money.
Neither one of them coming. Neither one of them coming, Ronbo. Neither one of them are coming. They not.
Amen.
I don't know why they doing it. They got Aaron Rodgers in the 12. And then they got Brady in the 12. I'm like, why are they doing this? Why are they?
Brian, you heard about Aaron too, right?
Why are they?
Aaron's going to be the most expensive quarterback in the NFL. He can't win a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
he can't even get out of the playoffs. But he needs to be the most expensively paid quarterback in the NFL. Why, Aaron? What have you done? You get MVP, you're a regular season quarterback who fails in the playoff.
Right.
Hell, Jimmy's beat you twice. Come on.
Get bounced out. You get bounced out in the division round. Come on, man. I don't understand. I don't understand it. They say he building somebody. I don't know if it's true or not, but somebody said, I heard tonight. Somebody said that he was building a house in Tennessee, and so I'm thinking like, oh Lord,
that was weeks ago. I know.
So now the Titans. I guess the Titans gonna be. Yeah. So I guess we'll see him in the Titans jersey next week.
And Brian, what he's gonna do? He's gonna say, "Listen, I'm coming back on one condition. You guys got to resign Devontae Adams. Aaron, we don't have any money. You asked us for $45 million. We give you $45 million. That's not my problem. Oh,
whoa. What we gonna sign? What we gonna sign him with? Dirt? Come on, there. And then this is my favorite. What's his name? Cowherd, whatever his name is.
Colin Cowherd. That's what I was talking
about. He's really killing me with these scenarios. I heard one of his little things tonight. We talking about trading George Kittle for a first.
I heard that weeks ago. Yeah, a lot of people want to do that.
Yeah.
Debo's next.
Yeah, I just heard it. I just heard it tonight. I'm like, oh my God.
George Kittle got traded mid-season. They was trading George when he got hurt. We'll trade people when they get hurt in a heartbeat.
I don't even know I don't know what side he on. I don't know whose side. He might talk about 49ers. I don't even know if he on the 49ers side because he got a scenario that's ridiculous. Every other week.
Brian, was it Cowherd that suggested George Kittle be traded for first?
Yeah. Yeah. It was him and some other guy. Yeah, it was him, some guy.
It has to be some other guy.
It was discussed.
Stupid.
It was discussed. It was, I guess, like a what if scenario. It was like what if scenario. I guess he was basing it on
George Kittle. More to that offense.
George Kittle's hurt. his injury, his
History.
injury history, and the fact that at the rate he's going, he's not going to be able to keep up with it long.
Yeah, I heard that too.
So we better trade him before we start declining. We might want to trade him now. Why? I said, man, we just signed a dude for a whole bunch of bags. Yeah, we just signed him for a whole bunch of bags. You think we're just going to give him up?
And then who's your tight end now?
Exactly, right. No, not for a first. No, we need for some first. We need, first rounds or whatever. Not just this year, but the next 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, I need more than one first round pick. George Kittle means more to an offense than half.
Right.
I mean, people don't understand. George Kittle's out there doing all kind of work. He's not limited to one thing.
You don't have it. Your offense doesn't have that physicality identity without George Kittle.
Amen.
He's one of the very few tight ends. He's one of the very few tight ends in the league right now that will block, that will get his hands
and
dirty.
do it well.
It's not all about catching. Right.
Well, Brian, we're out of time. I'm gonna look for you Sunday, and let's see what happens. Because the madness is gonna continue between now and Sunday, guaranteed. So I'll see you then. Okay. Oh God.
All right, Ronbo, hang in there, man. Shout out to you. Shout out to the faithful, and shout out to the 49er Nation, baby. The law is out.
There you go. All right, fam. There you go. Night, Brian.
All right, Ronbo. Take it easy.
You too. And Godzilla says, run it back one more time with the same crew. Just fix the cornerback and boost the O-line. But that O-line's a project this year. It's got to get better. Trey will get his time. He's so young. Godzilla, thanks. I love the avatar, by the way. Thanks for that contribution. Hey, let's check out Casey again. Casey.
Yo, my bad, Ronbo. Can you come back to me? Save me for the end, Ronbo.
Casey, just tell us what's going on. You're in the shower after having... Oh, never mind. We'll get back to that. Okay.
Hey,
Casey, we know what you're doing, Casey. I'll be back to you in a few. All right. Hey, and we go to Shabazz. Shabazz.
Ronbo!
Shabazz, I was hoping, sometimes you when you come in, you deal with some people. You're in charge, right? I always get a kick. There it is right there. Shabazz, you're in charge, and you get a lot of hollering back at you, don't you?
Nah, they don't holler back at me, Ronbo. Because remember, Ronbo, I'm 6'3" and 320, Ronbo.
Ladies don't care.
6'3" and 320.
I don't think it's. I heard a lady's voice one time. Couldn't stop laughing. She was all over you. I couldn't figure out exactly what it was, but she was definitely not happy about something, and you was listening. See, Shabazz, you can be 6'9", 320. We don't. Girls will still do what they do to a man. They just holler. Let me tell you one thing. You shut up when I'm talking. You listen to me. That's what you're gonna do. This goes back to your mama's raising.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah. They go back to mama's cooking, but I'm a respectful old man, Ronbo, because I ain't a young man. I'm an old man. But listen here, Ronbo.
Yes.
I ain't caring about, like I said before, none of the naysayers. I'm gonna stay on this trend. I don't care who's at helm. I don't care if you're at helm next year. Ronbo, we're going to be successful. It don't matter who's at helm. We're going to be successful. It don't matter who guarding this ship. Because I see all the pieces, and places, and all the naysayers are doing the Colin Cowards and everybody. It's just blowing smoke and mirrors. Same thing with Schefter. Schefter assured us that Mac Jones is going to be the third pick. I go back before the draft.
He really was sure. That's true.
I go back before the draft, and I had to tell all the naysayers, I don't give a hoot. Trey was who I wanted coming out of college. I didn't want Justin Fields. I didn't want Wilson. I didn't want nobody. So I'm sorry, I'm going to ride and die with the boy. He was who I wanted. He is who Shanahan got. Shanahan, again, like I said, was impressed by his intelligence, his ability to be able to call the play out, know the play, okay, his ability to be an avid, what they call gym rat, He stays in his playbook.
Film study.
Okay,
yeah.
he's not distracted like this boy Colin Murray out here. He learned from Jimmy, and when he's successful, I just want everybody just to apologize to Shabazz. Just get on and say, you know what, he was Shabazz's boy, and he did us right. You know, and like everybody's saying, I heard somebody say earlier, well, now with the mention of Aaron Rodgers or Brady, all the trade lovers are backpedaling. No, they ain't. Ain't nobody backpedaling. You can't tell me, Ronbo, that you can give me Mama's Cooking or McDonald's. I'm going to always take Mama's Cooking over McDonald's.
God, yes.
You're talking about 2 first-ballot Hall of Famers. Ronbo, everybody in the Empire needs to get off their damn high horse. If Brady came, everybody going to be in love with Brady because, listen, this is what we all know for sure. Now, even though we know it's a long shot, with Brady comes the NFL officials and everything we can get away with. So if he came, we all know that's a guaranteed championship for us. So I'm not going to sit here and be hypocritical and act like Trey ain't my man. But if I had to tell Trey, listen, young man, I want you to sit down for one more year or two because you're only 21, 22 years old, to sit behind arguably the greatest quarterback of all time because they're still blasphemy to us because we're Niners fans.
I know, I can't even say it.
We consider Joe the GOAT.
I know.
Because we consider Joe the GOAT, okay? But even Joe on his high horse talking about the young man, stop that. You know, we so divided as a family. We ain't never been more divided in these last 10 years than ever.
Oh, yeah, last 10
divided.
years, okay, yeah.
Yeah, in the last 10 years, Ronbo. I'm talking about since that debacle with the Ravens and this last thing that happened to us, we're divided. We need to come together. We need to work it out like you said. It don't matter who's out there. Everybody forget. Do you remember we had Sean Hill playing quarterback? We had Tim Rattay playing quarterback. Ronbo, I can think of some very dark times, Ronbo. Some dark times. Ain't nothing ever going to make me forget about. You know what I used to call Sean Hill? He reminded me of Paul Block the mall cop. I used to be like, hell, this fat turkey back here snapping the ball. Ronbo, that was a dark days for me, Ronbo. Very dark days.
We've had some players come through, man. I tell you,
man, Ronbo, you're Drucken Miller, but just think about that. If you're faithful and if you over 35 and you remember Sean Hill, woo, that was a terrible time. Man.
And it was just frustrating because you knew when you got up on Sunday morning who was going to go win. And, you know, these are times that, these are bad taste in your mouth. And this has been going on since 94, fam. This is why people are getting frustrated and impatient. And, you know.
and those of us that are faithfuls that come from that 80s and 90s run, it's hard on us. But anybody else that didn't have to survive through, if you were born after 2005 and you didn't have to watch Drucken Miller and Sean Hill, listen here. Woo-wee. But we're going to get it together. And let's just say hypothetically, Ronbo, if Brady or Rodgers magically came along, I've been listening to these rumors. So what I'm going to go do is, right now they got us because you know Shabazz is a gambling man. We at 16-1. Like I bet on us last year. If we at 16-1 right now, and you got an extra $400, $500, I don't know what nobody's budget is, but let's say you got an extra $500 laying around, and you laid that right now, that'd be a real nice payday if we made it to the dance. That'd be a nice payday.
I thought you was talking about Brady coming to San Francisco. I said, Vegas put a line out on that? So, okay.
No, the line ain't out on that, but I'm saying if the line on us going to the Super Bowl is 16-1.
Oh, yeah,
if Brady comes, that's going to be that's going to be all good.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you got surplus.
You guys should do that every year, actually.
Yeah. Well, Ronbo, I do it every year anyway. I don't give a who. I bet we win in the Super Bowl every year.
Because I don't care who's going sooner or later. Yeah. So.
I'm gonna hit Ronbo, but I'm thinking I normally put like 300. I think this year I'm gonna go drop about 500 on it.
All right, that's faithful.
So that'd be good. So look, faithful, I love y'all. I ain't gonna argue with none of y'all because we ain't even playing no games when we fight. And do I want Mosa back? You absolutely doggone right. I want Mosa back. Mosa is a dog.
I tell you what, I hope so too. Shabazz, I'll tell you what, we'll let you get back to work. I'll tell you what, I'll see you on Sunday.
Yeah, I'll check in. I'm checking in on Sunday, Ronbo. And shout out to you, shout out production. Shout out to the rest of the faithful. And bang, bang, Niner gang.
Gang, yes. Night, Shabazz.
Good night.
Man. And Forget about it. Neither Mike. It's Marketing Pros. Is Marketing Pro in here today? Marketing Pro. I think Mike ran him out of here. Mike.
Oh, what's going on, Ronbo? How the hell are you over there tonight, Ronbo?
Mike, I'm still having fun about you. That was epic the other night. That was hilarious. I mean, the man.
And that was a top little way to end the show. That's for sure, Ronbo. That was it for sure.
You did it. I've not seen Marketing Pro's name on here the whole time either. You know.
Yeah. I ain't seen his sidekick ready to blow either. I ain't seen neither one of them on here. You know.
So Mike,
they know better, Ronbo. Come on, they know better. You know what I mean? To go over the top. If they want to go over the top, then they could just create their own channel where they could jerk each other off for a few hours or something. You know what I mean, Ronbo? Like I just, I ain't got time for that shit. You know what I mean? I sat there, listen, go back and forth. Yeah. You got the guy that comes on and he's got his WWF freaking, little deal that he bought from the Walmart super section, and then, you know what I mean, Ronbo, and all of his signs, everything in the back. I think everything in the background, right? Everything in the background there, except for their first Super Bowl banner. Everything he had there in the background was from like last year or newer, Ronbo. You know what I mean? It's like, forget about it, Stop it. Just freaking stop it. Anyway, what the hell's going on, Ronbo?
Colin Cowherd
is here trying to waste some time to get to the draft or what? Is that what we're doing over here?
Well, this is the same routine each and every year. Media starts coming up with things. They sort of brainstorming for a lot of madness, and they get it out there. Cowherd is now saying that, listen, you got Joe out here saying this. You got Steve saying this. You got Adam Schefter saying this. You know what the 49ers can turn right around and do is when they get a phone call, John, I'll give you a third-round pick right now for Jimmy. What? Have you heard what Joe said? Have you heard what Steve said? All right? It's just we're serious here. Trey's not ready to go. If you want to take this guy out of here, I'm going to have more than that. I laughed at that because I said, if the 49ers aren't appreciating what's being said, they could turn around and make lemonade out of lemons, right? Just go ahead and use it. So, I thought that was amusing. And, but Mike, your perspective on this.
I'm starting to find it all amusing, Ronbo, to be totally honest with you. I mean, it seems like they're just trying to come out with a story a minute, creating this, creating that, just because they ain't got nothing else really to talk about. And no one's coming with facts. Mm-hmm. All these guys that are talking about, well, he's not ready. These are the same guys that were freaking blabbing our freaking ears off talking about how it was a sure shot we was going to get Mac Jones, right? And how the fuck did that turn out?
Adam Schefter.
You know what I mean, Ronbo? So, you know what I mean? You got a lot of these jerk-offs that are just trying to get clickbait and trying to, get people to pay attention to them for a few of the down months, while we're trying to get ready. You know what I mean? For the next part of it. And you got,
free agency,
the combine and everything else.
Yeah, the combine coming up next.
But I don't know. I'll tell you what, though. I'm seeing a lot of different names going on out there. They're saying we're possibly maybe looking at Gilmore, possibly looking at, Landry.
Sherman endorses him.
All these different, you know what I mean? So I don't know, Ronbo. Who knows? We'll all know what it is. I mean, according to some people, John Lynch was interviewing with Amazon over the weekend. You know what I mean?
Tell him to stop calling him.
I mean, I don't know. These freaking, these freaking people gonna just say whatever they want to say. But I'm glad, honestly, that we got ourselves seems like a decent night here, Ronbo. We got the faithful in here. As you pointed out earlier, I haven't seen too much from
the
Marketing
trolls.
Flow.
They're not here tonight.
And his sidekick from either one of them, And so it's a good night, Ronbo. We're gonna have to see what it is. I'm gonna tell you this right now, though, Ronbo. Whoever it is, I think we're gonna be solid with it. Whether it's Trey or whether someone else comes in. I just don't want to see another year of Jimmy Frigilio. You already know it. We don't even have to get into it. You know what I mean? I just, it is what it is. I've seen enough. I've seen what I needed to see. and let's move on. Let's move forward, and that's it. You know what I mean? Let the kid do his thing, and let's see if he was worth the third overall pick.
Mike's going to need a backup, though. This is the thing that concerns me more than anything, because Trey, there's no huge need to worry about him. He's going to go through a few lumps, but he'll get through it. But what happens if you get a lump and he can't come back? Now all of a sudden you're bringing in this guy that just learned how to play football a few weeks ago, or he's been around the league for like 15 years and hadn't done a damn thing, right? Because we could get him, he was cheap, right? He comes in and we get our brains beat out. And you know how depressing that is, Mike? Knowing going into the game Sunday, well, it looks like Trey Lance is going to be out at least a couple more weeks. In the meantime, you've got blah, blah, blah that's going to start this game. Oh, okay. There's no need in watching this. I don't want to have to go through that.
I feel you, Ronbo. I hear you. But you know what? This is the thing. Number one, that ain't nothing new of bullshit that we've already had to deal with Jimmy Fragilio. All right? So it's not like, it's not like that would be anything new, I guess you could say. Would it be disappointing? Absolutely. All right? Everyone would be disappointed. Everyone would say, looks like, we jumped from the frying pan right into the fire. That would be the analogy. You know what I mean? Like we just went from this to worse, same thing. But I don't know, Ronbo. Look, I got faith and I got confidence in the fact that as long as Kyle lets the kid play quarterback, I don't want to fucking see him back there running that stupid option, this and that. He doesn't have the quickness of Lamar Jackson, all right? And he definitely is a lot bigger. He's a lot bigger of a target, all right? And which makes, you know what I mean? It makes him more susceptible to getting injured and getting hurt. Yep. And, I just don't want to see that, Ronbo. But if he lets him play quarterback, just lets him play friggin' quarterback, and he kind of mixes in and has those, like, Patrick Mahomes type plays where he could just buy a little bit of time and find the open guy down the field. Because that's going to be the other thing, too, Ronbo. The receivers, Debo and Brandon, and even George, for that matter, all right, they're going to have to get used to playing with him in the sense that, hey, look, he might end up scrambling or rolling out, and the play's not over. You know what I mean? Like, you got to keep it alive. It's kind of like how the receivers learned to play with Roethlisberger there in Pittsburgh. You know what I mean? Like, it changes a little bit. It changes a little bit. Yeah, you got your initial route, but you got to always be ready and you got to always be moving. Don't just run that little 15-yard route and, how you normally would. And if Jimmy doesn't hit you or he's getting sacked or he's, throwing the ball to the other team or whatever, you know what I mean? You just kind of stop running your route, you know what I mean? You just kind of looking around, you know what I mean, Ron? But we can't do that. You got to keep things alive, keep things in perspective. And I think, honestly, if he does that and if the receivers do that, it could be great. It could be great.
Would be nice, Mike. But we ran.
I would like to see him maybe make a play for the Watson guy. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people looking at him this and that or whatever, but hey, if we could, get some draft capital or do whatever, and we're able to get, a few other positions locked down, maybe in free agency or whatnot. But I don't know. I think that Watson kid would be good. He knows him. He's got history with him. And not to mention, he's just a big target, which I think would be good because we don't have that much. You know what I mean? We don't have that aspect, Ronbo, that big target, Yeah.
So these are things that I can't wait to see how they're going to address this in the days ahead. Mike, great to hear from you as usual. You know that. I'll be back Sunday.
Absolutely, absolutely, Ronbo, absolutely. Hey, I appreciate you as always. Shout out to all the real faithfuls out there. I hope you know how much Dynamite really loves all of you, and I really appreciate all of you. You know what I mean? The real faithful, all right? You know who you are. And whenever you see these ready to blows and these marketing slows and the rest of these other friggin' jerk-offs, just remind them, that they're talking to the 5-time champ. You know what I mean? The 5-time champ. You're a faithful. You're a 5-time Super Bowl champion, faithful fan. And, you just look them in the face and tell them to shut the fuck up. That's about it. That's about it, Ronbo.
Trophies
all right,
don't get old.
That. I love you. You have a good night, and I'll talk with you later. Forget about it, Ronbo.
Love you back,
all right?
fam. All right.
All right, Ronbo. All right.
And let's go over to and see what's going on with Ellis and the squad. Huh? Oh.
What up, Ronbo?
Hold on a second. Split difference. I got knowledge of him. He says, I want to trade to Shabazz. If he see it, he go get it. Split difference. Thanks for that contribution. Hell, let's go ahead, Phil. Ellis?
What's on the menu, fam?
Well, man, we was tripping on Colin Cowherd. Cowherd says,
Cowherd.
You got Joe Montana saying this about Trey. You've got Steve Young saying this. You got Adam Schefter saying this. What the 49ers could turn around and do is if a call comes in and the guy says, all right, I'll give you a third-round pick right now for Jimmy Garoppolo. Well, I say, well, listen, if you're John Lynch, you say, listen, you think this is a joke out there? He's not ready. I'm thinking I'm going to keep Jimmy unless I get something really appealing. Otherwise, no, we're not moving him. And so the guy says, John, are you serious? I'm serious. You heard what everybody said. Okay, well, listen, I'll give you a second-round pick. Okay, apparently you didn't hear me. I said until somebody gets serious, and that's going to require a first-round pick. Can you see this conversation going on the phone? Although I know nobody is that stupid. I mean, if I call in and John's running this conversation, John, I'm going to call back when you're serious. And see, that let John know it didn't work, and I called him back tomorrow. But these are the things that we're having to deal with now with the media. And then, and Mostert, the 49ers did reach out to get him today, apparently. So is that something you're in favor of? And then, of course, Rich Gangarello. I don't think anybody cares about Rich Gangarello leaving, unless you do. But go ahead, Pam. What are you thinking?
Nice knowing you, Rich. Straight out the gate. I'm down with the Heem re-signing. I'm all for it, man. Let's give it one more crack. I think, he's serious, he's passionate. I think he's going to come back and really try to, reestablish himself and solidify his capabilities on the football field.
Sure.
And he wants to do it with us. So I look forward to that if that's what ends up happening.
Because what if he stays healthy is the thing. So and we don't sign him, he goes to another team. Heem goes 17 weeks, tearing the league up. And we'll sit back there, see, Kyle? Yeah. See what y'all did? He could have been doing that with us. You don't want to have to go through that, right? So.
Yeah, it's not like a Jalen Hurts situation at all. Exactly. Because Jalen Hurts is not going to be playing for any damn body.
It's going to be interesting to see, now that you mention it. Is he going to be back in the NFL
He
next
got his
year?
money and shook the spot.
Yeah,
who cares? Oh well, you can't go 3 years of not playing football, and if he comes back and does it, that'd be good to actually be able to, be one that doesn't get drafted. I mean, that one that got drafted for a reason. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's not just a season, but what else we got? He said Raheem. He said, and the stuff about Trey. Is that what you're talking about? Oh, yeah, or Jimmy, the Jimmy thing.
Well,
they all kind of going crazy right now. I've been hearing a lot. There's a lot of talk and a lot of fluff, a lot of little stuff going around. I'm not really going to pay attention to it too much. If I did, I know I said I'd rather have Tom, and the reason why I say I'd rather have Tom is because, Tom actually plays his ass off when he's down and when he's behind. He gets pissed off and he gets in there and he'll light shit up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Aaron Rodgers, he'll throw up some prayers. He has some clutch moments, some really clutch moments. He's got some big plays that he's done. Don't get it twisted. But I like how Tom Brady gets pissed off and he gets locked in. He gets more laser focused. You know what I mean? He's got that about him. Yeah, he doesn't fuck around. That's the kind of that's how I get down. I can relate to that that mentality, and I like that about him. So, I would go for Tom. If it was ever something that we actually have. But I'm looking forward to seeing Trey. I don't care what's going on, what's going around. Then now that I hear him talking about they were saying coaches were it was just an article, but they're talking about the coaches were at odds with each other because of the Mac Jones and Trey Lance pick and all this other stuff. And I think it's just people throwing shit at the wall, seeing which one, what's going to stick. You know what I mean? You got a lot of people just bringing up scenarios and hypotheticals and what ifs and stuff like that, and it's a lot of it's getting turned into factual like news, like this was actually recorded truthful information, which we don't really know, and Schefter's even throwing shit out the window, you know what I mean, trying to see who it's going to land on, and I don't know, man. It's kind of crazy to see all of these journalists and these outlets and these commentators kind of just throwing around different scenarios or different things that they're saying.
It's that time of year. Yeah, there's nothing else. You got to create news. There's nothing really to feed on otherwise. So yeah, this is probably exactly what that is.
Yeah, this I don't really want to. And then the George Kittle thing, talking about trading George. If we were going to trade George, it wouldn't be this. It wouldn't be now. It would be something that'd be in the next season or two. Oh, or like I said, and even possibly like after this coming season, if like George really doesn't do much, we don't get much out of him, or if he gets injured, then I don't know. It just I don't know. I don't know how long George is going to be here, especially with this lack of support for Trey.
How do you measure though what George Kittle gets done? And George Kittle, he'll play for whomever. He made that clear. I don't think it's like that, but. George Kittle does so many things offensively that you can't, when you say production, if I got George Kittle being mainly responsible for that run game, if I got George Kittle making that big catch when he does, this guy's like the intangibles when he steps on the field are endless as to what's going to happen.
Yeah, well, I like George, for what he has, done this entire time. His blocking is, he's a one of one in the aspect of versatility. Maybe that has a lot to do with just him not getting those opportunities. Maybe not getting the ball. There's how many guys looking for a pass on each offensive possession. You know what I mean? It's going to be one guy. Only one guy is going to be able to get the ball. If George is not getting the ball, then he can't produce, and so I'm just hoping that.
And like I said, again, his job, he's the one who made that pass possible, right? When you got an offensive line like this one, you need somebody who can come in there and make it happen, right? So George is doing things that are equally important, and he's making it possible for Debo to make that play. He's making it possible for every guy out there that's making plays. George had something to do. His fingerprints are on almost every play when he's out there in some fashion.
Yeah. Well, and that's if we don't need to, then I say we keep them. If we become desperate for whatever reason, I don't know what what we don't know what the future holds. If it's not him, it'll be Armstead. I would hate to say Nick Bosa. I don't know what's going to happen. We just don't know what the hell is going to happen in the next. If we don't have a stellar season, we got the 5th hardest schedule. We can't come out like we did just this past season and be fucking around and be 3-5. We're not going to be able to. We're not going to be able to swim. We're going to be sinking. We gotta be ahead of the game. We got to be coming out, playing each game and executing. And so I'm just hoping that, Kyle's got to stick because we're losing a lot of coaches. And then I seen something about, our running back coach. I don't know why I can't remember his name right now. The OG. That's been getting our backs and everything together. Yeah, Bobby Turner. There's something that was about on the website, the coaching profiles, the individual profiles, his was removed or something like that. He's no longer on there, and he was up there. So he may be retiring potentially. That's just what I'm kind of catching wind of. Or maybe there could have been some kind of mistake or whatever. Hopefully he's not planning on going anywhere else and it would just be him retiring. But we need Bobby Turner for sure. But, again, that's, all these damn coaches we're losing, man. We got to – I don't want us to be taking any losses on these individual positions. It's very important that we fill these spots and, get these guys replenished with some good coaching and stuff.
It's going to be tough. Well, you already got one guy came in. Bobby Turner may not be as missed as badly as long as you got what's his name that just came in. But, Ellis, that's our time.
Who, Lynn?
Yeah, Anthony probably worked that well, too.
Shit, he's going to be wearing a few different jackets.
Yeah, include quarterback. All right, man.
They're going to be having to pay him up.
Well on Sunday, okay.
Yeah, I just seen right after Mike was getting off the phone, I saw his boy Ready to Blow, and then I didn't see Mark and Slow, but I seen Judy in the chat. Shout out to y'all, man. Wipe your feet, hit that like. Rudy, I don't know what the signal is down there underground, wherever you're at, man, in that dungeon of yours, but your video comes in pretty clear, man. So hopefully you got good oxygen down there. Probably about 200 feet underground. Anyway, peace and love, brother Ronbo. Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe, man. Keep it faithful all day. And on to the next one, family. Much love, brother.
Thanks, fam. And give a shout out to the squad for us too. Light Ellis.
Appreciate it. When we gonna be back? Sunday?
We'll be back Sunday. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Z's birthday's on Sunday, so hopefully I can get in before it gets too late.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. All right, fam.
All right. Light Ellis.
All right. Peace.
Hey, Raul.
Hello.
Raul tonight.
What's going on?
Hey, we're talking about dealing and how the 49ers go about dealing, and the thing, because the theme has been, Trey Lance's time has come, right? And like somebody pointed out earlier, man, a few weeks ago said, okay, season's over, Jimmy's out here, it's Trey Lance time. Okay, fast forward 3 or 4 days later, Tom Brady is retiring. Could he be destined to the 49ers? Hey, Raul, what's wrong with that sentence? Tom Brady's retiring. Could he be destined to go back to the team he won? Tom Brady's retiring, folks. Why are you talking? And Aaron Rodgers has not made it clear as to whether he's going to return to Green Bay or not. Ooh, we got a chance to get Brady. I don't know why we always do that. All right? Brady is retired and told us, it's documented. Man, I asked you guys to come out there 2 years ago, and you said, no, don't talk to me now. Okay, I don't think he was playing. And then you got Aaron Rodgers, who seems like he may need medication. He says, I need to be the most highest paid football player in the world. Okay, so now he's asking for more money, and we don't have 40+ million, right? So, that's out. That's out.
Yeah, that's way too much money anyways.
So can Trey Lance come in? And then Cowherd saying, well, it's a big ploy that everybody's saying that Trey's not ready. 49ers can use this to their advantage. They can tell anybody that calls in and wants to give up a third-round pick or less, they say, listen, we're keeping him. Trey's not ready. Yeah, some of the cartoons that are going on now are hilarious, but they're amusing. Raul, that's what I'm saying. Hey, what are you thinking about that? Are you ready to keep Raheem Mostert? The 49ers reached out to keep him today, too.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think we need Raheem Mostert. I think we should keep him if we can bring him back. The only thing that it kind of sucks is that now you got two other teams that know him very well, and they might want him, and they have more capital than us, which we're talking about the Jets and the Dolphins. I'm sure everybody knows. Yeah, and Miami, I think, is like top 5 or top 3 in the money cap space, if not number 1. I forgot who's number 1, but they're up there.
And the Hawks will take Raheem in a heartbeartip. They love running back.
Just so we don't have them, yeah. So we'll see. I mean, I do want Raheem Mostert back. Also, I'd want to keep Jason Verrett too. On an incentive-based deal, and then also draft somebody to battle.
Well.
Yeah, and I'd also want to draft a corner in the later rounds, not in the second round or the first round if we do get a first-round pick somehow. Because at that point, I think you're taking away the ability for Ambry Thomas and Emmanuel Mosley to fight for that spot. You need somebody at their level so it pushes them. Yeah, I hope so too. If he earns it, as long as he earns it, yeah. But imagine having Jason Verrett right there too, and you got Ambry Thomas as your backup behind Mosley or Verrett.
How's Verrett's leg? He hurt that early in the season. He's had a long time to heal up. But I wonder if he can still move like Jason Verrett. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. He has to earn that spot. If not, then he'll be your number 3. He'll come in behind Emmanuel Mosley or Ambry Thomas if they get hurt. As long as, don't rush him out there. But that's why I'd also still want to draft another cornerback to battle, to push Diamador, to push, Ambry Thomas and them. And we'll still need a nickel. We still need to see who's going to be that slot corner, So.
Yeah, because what's his name's going to be?
I don't know. They could move Mosley in there.
Yeah,
but they can move Mosley. Mosley could play the slot. Yeah. K1's gone though. I mean, I think he's going to be gone. I think honestly, the Jets could get him.
That's his hometown.
The Jets need corners too. They need the corners. They need corners too.
And Robert Saleh loves some K1, so
Oh, God, yes.
I could see them getting him.
He slowed
I
down.
could see
He lost
DJ
his
Jones
step, though.
going over there.
Yeah.
I could see DJ Jones going over there.
A lot
My
of teams are
thing
going to
is,
want DJ Jones. So.
oh yeah, but especially Robert Saleh.
Yep.
Whatever happened to Sheldon Day? Where's Sheldon Day at right now?
Good question. Sheldon Day.
Yeah, he used to be on the D line too, but
I forgot all about him.
Yeah, we should see what's up with him. What's his status? I'm not too sure if anybody knows. But the caller before me, he's right. I did hear that same podcast about the Bobby Turner information. So it's all speculation right now, but it does make sense. Like what they were saying, they were just putting some pieces together. As long as we keep, replacing these people with solid coaching people, solid people who have a knowledge of the game and are good at their positions at their whatever their position in this team is, then I don't have a problem with some of them leaving. At the end of the day, I do think that the 49ers they don't want to keep everything the same. They do want to get better. So that has to do with coaches, players.
But now that you guys mentioned it, Bobby Turner's style, it may conflict with what our new coach wants to do.
Lynn?
Anthony Lynn, yeah.
Yeah, so but that's
Bobby
crazy.
Says, you guys go hire him? Well, I'm out of here then. Bobby, what's the matter? No, I've been running this program for how many years? And now you're going to bring him in, and I'm going to have to listen to what he's saying? You made him the assistant head coach? What I'm going to do, argue with him? I could see an attitude or a fight breaking out there. It's just like
I don't see that by Bobby Turner, though. I think he's too old school for that.
Remember Tom Rathman?
Nah, I really don't see that.
The tight end?
And then he wanted, he's the one that wanted Trey Sermon. He's the reason why we drafted Trey Sermon. So I think the Niners do respect him because they do listen to him whenever he did mention a player. Yeah. At least from what we've heard, we don't know,
That's true.
But
okay, we'll see.
So I do think that this organization respects him, and I don't think he would just leave after all this time that he's been with us. So he seems like somebody that
Kyle's dad, should I say?
Yeah. Yeah, with Mike Shanahan. Yeah, correct.
That's true.
Yeah. So I think he, so if he does leave, that'll be a loss, but
huge
enjoy
loss,
retirement, right? But we'll wait for that.
I think our running back's success has a lot to do with that dude. I don't know how he gets in their head.
Oh, yeah.
Or what
definitely,
he does
100%.
to them. But,
and I heard he scouts out a lot of them. That's the good thing. That's why he gives them a list of who he wants to talk to, and says who he likes. And if there are guys there at a value that they can't pass up on, then usually we take them.
Yeah. Last year.
So, I can't wait for us to trade Jimmy G, man, because I'm just tired of hearing all this nonsense. Like, some people, you guys have to, which there is a lot of smart 49er fans, but come on, man, it's Trey Lance time. And if you can't see that, I don't know what to tell you. And I'm not going to argue with you because at the end of the day, anything can happen. But I say there's like a 95% chance Trey Lance is a starter next year. And that's just how I see it.
Most of us are just worried about who's going to back him up,
Yeah, and I agree. That we do need a veteran there that's competent to run the team.
Offense.
If anything was to happen to Trey, we would need a veteran there.
My money's on Nick Mullins because the only guy Kyle Shanahan doesn't have to back up off the playbook. But fam, Raul, we got to go though. Fam. I'll be back Sunday looking for you if you got some time. All right.
Okay. Sounds good, Ronbo. You guys have a good one. Shout out to the faithful.
Thanks, Raul.
All right.
Night, fam. And let's go down to Bethel. Hey, Bethel! Wait for the door.
No, Rumble. You want proof that what I'm saying? This right here this guy gets paid a lot of money to talk about the NFL. Look at what he says.
On social media, because people are talking about how few people attended their parade, and let's look. It's not like nobody. There are a decent number of people there, but we've seen the estimate, Rob, in 2015 Chicago Cubs.
You hear that? That there were more people in a pandemic than there were in the Rams fans party and the Rams fans thing. And that's a guy that gets paid by the NFL.
I was wondering where you were going with that.
Yeah. How embarrassing is that?
Well,
I back up what I say. Look at my backup right there.
But did you see Rudy had a page or a poster behind him that had thousands and thousands of people crowded into this
you could photo shoot that? You could photo shoot that?
I know you can use computer software, you can create crowds. Rudy,
Yeah, you could.
But Hollywood does it all the time. And they're in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Oh!
No, and when I was looking for that video, I seen Rams fans tearing up some buses, breaking into stores, doing riots. I'm all like, that's how you enjoy a Super Bowl win?
That's good. That way the NFL will not cheat for you anymore. That's the last time. You know what? I didn't even know about what you just talked about there. The Rams were out tearing stuff up?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're over there tearing. Yeah, I found it. It said, Rams fans, after winning the Super Bowl, they're burning bus. They're going into stores because, they can't afford to, buy brand new jerseys, so they rather go and jack them, They want to waste their money on brand new jerseys.
Hey, Bethany, what's so funny about that? Because now, whatever you could have got for $150, the Rams probably raised it $300. Every last jersey, that's the base price. And, I see, that's good. In that case, I support the robbery. They never had a $300 jersey. You guys aren't even that. Oh, God. Earn that trust.
Yeah, so there's my backup of what I was saying. A guy that gets paid a lot of money to, give out his thing. He said it on right there. So, there's my backup.
I can't wait till next season starts just so we can stop talking about the fantastic Rams. Right? The Rams got away. Okay, it was a lucky miss play. They were also lucky that
and another
was hurt. That's the only reason why they won.
And
they didn't outplay us.
Another thing is that the reason we're not getting a lot of trade offers for Garoppolo right now is because a lot of people are saving their draft picks to try to get Aaron Rodgers. If Aaron Rodgers right now says, "Hey, I'm staying with Green Bay. I'm going to get paid 50, 50." And then you'll see those trade offers coming in for Jimmy G. Why? Because they don't want to be left out on Aaron Rodgers if they could get him. Because I remember, I think I heard somebody saying that they want like 3 first-round picks for Aaron Rodgers.
And Rodgers is asking to be the highest-paid quarterback in the NFL. Yep. So I got to give up all that capital, and then I got to pay him too? Who's going to do that?
Yeah. Nobody. And then another thing, there's facts out there that all the people that won Super Bowls, the highest paid quarterback in the NFL was Tom Brady, was 12.5. That was the highest paid quarterback that ever won a Super Bowl. You don't see somebody that was paid 25. You don't see him 30. You don't see him 40. You don't even see him 50. You don't see none of that. The lowest one was 12.5. Why? Because you could surround yourself around the quarterback
with good talent,
and you have the money to do it. Yeah.
Tom always thought like that. Always thought like that. So if Brady continues to lose in the playoffs like he does every year for the last 11 years, then he has only himself to blame, asking that team to pay every last bit of their cap to him,
Yeah. So, and all the people that we need resign, it's up to them if they really want to be here.
Yes.
It's like Trent Williams when he said that he wants his guy back then you could go into the office and say, hey, if you want him to be back here, then let's do a little contract thing, take some money off your contract and give it to him if you really want him that bad here.
Oh, you talking about Lakin Tomlinson? Because Lakin's going to be hard to sign. We don't know it yet, but we're going to find out soon. Lakin Tomlinson's not going to be easy to sign.
Yeah, and then a lot of things that a lot of people a lot of the players have to realize too. If you go to another team, it's not a for sure thing that you're gonna go to the Super Bowl. You're gonna go somewhere.
Hey, new job requires different kind of comfortable movements that you're used to. It's a transition. So, but Bethel, we're gonna go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see you on Sunday and wait for more. You've always got something special. I mean, that thing about that fake crowd. I love it. And I also found out tonight that Trey Lance is dating Cowherd's daughter. I can't wait till we get through to go check that out. What's next? And Bobby Turner is leaving. Why? Whoa. All right. Anyway.
No,
see you Sunday.
Like always, Ronbo. Good show. Hit the like and subscribe, and let's go Niners.
That's right. All right. Have a great night. Rudy's not on the phone yet, is he? Because I can't wait till Rudy comes in. Listen, Ronbo, I respect you guys and really think a lot of you, and I hopefully will be dealing next year with you guys, but that was really unnecessary. This is not a fake crowd behind me, and those are real. If you want, I can send each and every one of you a copy of it. Because Rudy takes these things really seriously. Hey, we going to Casey? Casey.
Yo, Ronbo, did you hear that? That guy got paid by the NFL, and he said more people died in the pandemic than went to the Rams parade. Oh man, that damn near gave me a heart attack, Ronbo.
We shouldn't be laughing about that though. That's kind of sad. I mean, all those people died in the pandemic. That's so awful. And then he used that for a comparison. That's just so wrong.
No, that was the best call of the night, Ronbo. And then Bethel brought up a great point about how.
Don't laugh though. Oh, that's bad.
But then he brings up this point about how Aaron Rodgers, teams are saving their picks for Aaron Rodgers, which is delaying Jimmy's trade.
Yeah,
I so enjoyed that call. Thank you for that, Bethel.
Bethel's always him and Fly Guy. Always looking for the unexpected. Where's Fly Guy? Is he coming up? Hey, Casey, here's the thing, though. Jimmy, at the combine every year, the owners, although it's illegal, all those guys get together and they start talking trades back and forth. And some of the deals are going to be pretty much set up in the next couple of weeks. So if Jimmy's going to be leaving with one of those other teams, we'll probably find out shortly, actually, because it always leaks. Like Tammy and Tommy Lee's sex video, things always accidentally leak. I'm so tired of the lies. They didn't accidentally leak. That was leaked on purpose. But, we'll see. Because, Casey, are you in favor of trading everything you got for an instant fix? I don't know. We need to see it backfire. It worked for the Rams, though. That's the only thing. And we can't – what can we say? It worked.
I mean, that's kind of what they did last year.
It didn't work there. All right. Well, they still owe people money.
I think Trey could have taken over after the Green Bay game, and they would have still made the playoffs. I don't know if they would have gotten as far, but I mean, I don't know. I think Trey has this really cool effect on him, where he's super young and he loves to learn. So he's just always he's gonna get better really quick. I feel like he's gonna catch up with a lot of the other players in the league, and
he's got a good cast around him.
Surrounded,
so it could.
Yeah, I think him and his dad are just like Walsh and Montana. You need that.
But the thing is, he doesn't have a lot of kids around him. He's got Debo, he's got George, he's got Ayuk. He's got a great defense for the most part, backing him up. We do need an offensive line adjustment. Because he's going to really need that, especially this year. And so the team's not in shambles like some of those other guys went to. I mean, can you imagine?
But you know what?
In Jacksonville? But go ahead.
Trey's ability to scramble is really going to show up this year because we haven't really had a quarterback that can scramble anywhere close to how Trey can scramble.
Cap.
For quite some time. Yeah, but Cap couldn't really scramble. I mean, he had no burst. He was a gazelle when he got moving, but he had no short burst. He took a lot of sacks. Kaepernick did.
He avoided pressure though sometimes, but yeah, he's not.
Oh yeah,
him and
for sure, and he would get out of there.
So for sure, hopefully,
but there were, in comparison to who he was playing against, like Russell Wilson. I mean, there were a lot of players that made him look slow.
I know,
in the pocket.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, once he got going, man, you couldn't get him.
First, so that counts. So.
I mean, he's probably the fastest recorded quarterback of all time. I'd be surprised to see if anyone was higher than Cap. Remember when he flew past the Packers?
Nobody's going to beat Cap running, though. I mean, Trey's fast, but Cap is Cap's got some gazelle in him. Once he got those big strides going, he was motoring. Ooh, he was motoring.
Yeah.
So.
And that's what makes me really want to see Raheem back. From everything that I've seen with his agent and with his health, and the way, like, all teams really do running backs nowadays, it's tough to get paid as a running back. Like, look what happened with Chris Carson in Seattle.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
good.
What's his name? Le'Veon Bell. He really has tried to, put his foot down and say running backs need to get this much and that much. But
I thought he'd pioneered a movement. No, running backs are still disrespected. They don't. I mean, Casey, the biggest problem is they don't last long. They end up getting hurt. And because they got to deal with that frontline defense, then the first body of the defense sits and he gets a tee off on them, and linebackers are taking shots at him. Boy, you got to be tough to be running back.
Yeah, and that's what I hope that doesn't happen with Trey is that he doesn't start taking off too much early on.
Yeah,
it's such a long season now.
I'll take you out. That's right. Russell Wilson's the only guy I know who can take all them hits and keep on going. That is amazing.
But, I mean, if they do get Raheem back and if they do keep Elijah, that'd be really cool. Because I'd much rather see that than Elijah and Trey Sermon. I'd rather see Raheem and Elijah. But I think they're hoping that Elijah becomes their number one back as of right now.
Yeah, let him be the workhorse.
Yeah.
Put him in sparingly. I still like Jeffrey Wilson Jr., though. Just keep him, though, because the 49ers go through running backs in one season like a lot of people go through shirts and T-shirts and everything else. If we start with 10, we'll have 2 if we're lucky at the end of the season. It's crazy.
And then you know what else? You know what else is going to be a big part of the Niners next season is Juwan Jennings.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking forward to that, too, his development. Casey, I'm going to tell you what, I'll be looking for you Sunday. Hope you got some time for us.
I don't know, bro. And hey, Ronbo, you know what? Can I give a quick shout-out?
Go ahead.
Man, I just want to say fuck you, Russia, and shout out Ukraine. Ukraine holding it down, baby.
All right.
Really good call. Ukraine faithful in the building.
Really is a situation that bothers me a lot.
I know, Rombo. It's I'm from Romania, Rombo. I was adopted from Romania when I was 2 months old. And to see people flee Ukraine, and I have friends who are Ukrainian, to see them flee to Romania trips me out, Ronbo. It makes me want to go back. So
families walking down the street trying to get away. Don't get me started on that. All right, Casey, I agree with you. I hope that gets better soon.
One love, Ronbo. Have a good night.
All right, man. Night. And Ridwan, that guy was making up stuff with that $12.5 million being the highest salary for a Super Bowl winning quarterback. Ridwan, you know what I think? Let's see, because there's been higher paid than that. I'm pretty sure. Casey, I think you meant something else. 12.5 might be the lowest paid Super Bowl winning quarterback, maybe. I don't know how much Russell Wilson was getting he was still on his rookie contract. But hey, Chardal.
Hey, what's up, Ronbo?
Hey, Chardal, we're sitting here talking about the rumors that are going on until we get something really substantial to talk about. And, we're looking at Colin Cowherd. He thinks there's a conspiracy going on between the 49ers and media people. Joe Montana, Steve Young, Adam Schefter. The 49ers are going to use that to be able to work with people who call in and say, we want Jimmy and we'll give you a third-round pick. Well, you're not getting him for a third-round pick. John, what are you talking about? I'm saying, haven't you heard? And it's true. Trey's, we don't really feel he's quite ready yet. And the only way you're going to get Jimmy Garoppolo out of here is we're going to have at least a first-round pick. We're not going to ask for a second-round pick or 2 first rounds, but 1 first round is a minimum. You can play games with whoever calls in after that. Although, Chardell, I don't think anybody's going to be that stupid, but it's pretty funny to think about. But, Chardell, and we got Mostert may be back. The 49ers are going to try to get him back. And you're feeding on the Jimmy Garoppolo and the Trey Lance thing.
So to me, again, I would like to say, Ronbo, I really like your channel, and I wish you keep making great content.
Well, thanks, Chardell. Appreciate it.
And something that really gets under my nerves a lot is why would you trade Trey Lance to Denver for 3 first-round picks?
You've heard that too.
Like,
I've heard a couple of things today. I can't believe.
Like, what kind of crazy thing is that? Why would you even bring that up?
I have no idea. I've not heard
But
that
that's
one, Chardell.
stupid. That's stupid, right? Because we got him in the NFL draft, and now people are saying trade him. Like, you think he's that bad? You think Trey Lance is that bad that you want to trade him to another team? Like, what is up with you guys? Like, what? Like, you don't believe that this guy has talent, and you think that you want to trade him to Denver for 3 first-round picks?
Would Denver give you all that? I don't think so.
I don't agree with that. Right? In my opinion,
Anyway.
I don't agree with that move. That move is the craziest move I've ever heard. Like, somebody even thinks about bringing that up is something that really blows my mind.
Not to worry. It's not going to happen.
I mean,
I assure you it's not going to happen.
But why do they bring it up if they know it's not going to happen? Why do you bring it up in the first place knowing that scenario is not going to happen, and it's kind of far-fetched to think that we're going to get that Denver's going to get like.
They don't like Trey. But every year you're going to have people that don't like the quarterback, no matter who it is. He's going to have a bunch of people that don't like him.
No, but people have been telling that about Jimmy G for so many times, and now they're saying the same thing that people were saying about Jimmy G to Trey Lance.
It's never going to end. Chardell, it's never going to stop. I promise you. You're never going to get everybody to agree on a quarterback. It's just not going to happen.
But then, I don't care what people say about Trey Lance, because I think he's going to be a superstar next year, and our team is going to win with him.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't care what people say.
He needs our support.
People can say whatever they want to say. I mean, people can say whatever they want to say to Trey Lance, that next year Trey Lance is not going to be our star. But
the good thing, Chardell, is like he says, I don't worry what people are saying. I only worry about what they say in the front office. So Jimmy's got him ready. Don't pay any attention to the noise. Just go out there, do your job, do the best you can, and everything else will fall into place.
So when there's a line from Taylor Swift's song "Shake It Off," it's haters gonna hate, and players gonna play.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is, right?
That's that song. That's calm down. That you need a calm down song from Taylor. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm not a hater. Like, you can hate as much as you want, but you gotta let him play.
He's gotta play. Yeah. And Denver's not about to give up 3 first-round picks for Trey. He hasn't done anything to warrant that kind of trade. So
I don't see really crazy false claims people keep making is Tom Brady is going to come to the 49ers. Not going to happen.
Yep.
Aaron Rodgers is going to come to the 49ers. Not going to happen.
Trey
Lance going to go to Denver for 3 first-round picks. It's not going to happen at all, man. All 3 of those things are not going to happen. They're hypothetical situations. I mean, everybody thinks hypothetically that this is going to happen or that's going to happen or our life's going to be changed for the better if, you make this move.
Yeah. It's what football. That's what we do when we don't have anything else to do. Football fans can't be alone with their own thoughts. They go nuts.
Yeah, but to me, I try and tell fans that if you think negatively about a quarterback, just keep those thoughts to yourself. Don't keep saying it out in the world.
Charlotte, Did you just get cut off? I heard a click.
So for
there you
me, I told people that, if you have negative thoughts about a quarterback and you want to say bad things, just keep those thoughts yourself. I mean, nobody wants to hear those thoughts. I mean, people don't want to hear all that negativity, man. I try to limit as much much negativity as in my life as possible. I try to keep everything nice and smooth and positive.
Well,
That's
Bobo,
just me as a person.
Shadow, if it makes you feel better, Bobo says don't worry about Patrick Mahomes. He is not. No matter what you hear next, and that could be next, Patrick is not coming to San Francisco.
And what are your thoughts of do you think Rich Gangarello leaving the 49ers and going to Kentucky and being their new offensive coordinator, do you think that was the right move for the Niners to let Scangarello go and coach another institution?
I think the 49ers encourage everybody to do a good enough job, and the end result could be that you could be moving up the ladder as far as, because I don't know if our coaches, they want our coaches just to hang around with us forever. They want you to come in and do a great job. That motivates you to be doing a great job, and before you know it, you're in charge of a program somewhere, So it's like DeMeco Ryans. Shardall, get ready. If DeMeco leads that defense the way he did this year, we're going to lose him next year too.
So with the 49ers not having Mike McDaniel and not having Rich Gangarello, do you think that our team is gonna be in trouble because Mike McDaniel is now the head coach for the Dolphins, and then Rich Gangarello is the offensive coordinator for Kentucky?
I don't think so, Joe. We've been through this every year. We lose people every year, and we seem to do okay. Kyle Shanahan drives a tight ship. They're not going to hire anybody that's just that inept. It's going to be somebody who knows what they're doing. We're going to run out of real quick because we're out of time.
What questions, what qualities do you think Kyle Shanahan has in a coach that he can lead our team next year in 2022?
All right, let's hang up the phone and I'll answer that for you. And as we see you Sunday, okay?
I'll see you on Sunday, Ronbo.
All right, night, Chardall.
Night.
Yeah, Kyle Shanahan. At this point, if anything, Kyle Shanahan's had enough experience, went through enough bumps and bruises, and you would think that by now, and he is a leader of men, whether we want to admit it or not, most of the players will run through a brick wall for him. They do like him. They believe in what he's doing. Rarely do you hear anybody, and you know how it leaks out sometimes when players are losing, and they'll say something really nasty about the head coach. You'll never hear that. And he's created an atmosphere in Santa Clara conducive to a winning team, and they've done that. The only thing that stopped the 49ers from being in the mix 3 years in a row was bad health. And that's just what the 49ers, 4 years in a row, as I say. And that's what the 49ers do. They're going to beat you as long as they're healthy. I know some people, a lot of teams say that. No, not a lot of teams. But the 49ers, if they're healthy, with the units the guys they put together on this team, if they stay healthy, you're going to be in for a fight. And that's why I give Kyle Shanahan a lot of kudos. No matter what I say when I'm not happy with some of the decisions he makes, Kyle Shanahan's a bad mofo. Hey, Merrick.
How's it going, Ronbo?
Oh, Merrick, everything's going okay. I can't wait for us to get past this rough spot. This is that dead zone. We need to hurry and get to the...
at 6 months.
Yeah, well, another thing is, this is that period when the speculation in the media, even though I said last year I'm not going to take these people seriously, but you read it and they get you going. They're really good at what they do, So here we go. We went through, after the combine, it gets a little better because they let up off the gas and start being a little more normal, a little more real. They've got real substance to give you. But right now, they're just making stuff up. So I'm listening to Cowherd. He's got conspiracy theories going about Joe Montana saying what he said about Trey, Steve Young saying what he said about Trey, and then you got Adam Schefter to put the icing on that cake. And now you got Colin Cowherd suspects says, I've got an idea. This could be all contrived. The 49ers can take this and run with it. They can say, if anybody calls in and says, I want to give you a third-round pick for Jimmy Garoppolo, they say, hey, listen, I don't know if you've heard, but we're keeping Jimmy. We don't think Trey's ready yet. And that's something we're going to have to think about. Now, if you want to really swing a deal, we're going to have to do better than a third-round pick, just to let you know. See, I can see this kind of comedy going on. I can't see, if I'm a GM of another team, biting, but it could. And also, Merrick, how do you feel about that situation? And also the Mostert coming back. Is it worth our time? Should we move on, or should we try to keep him?
Well,
Rich
first,
Gangarella, yeah.
I think for Raheem Mostert, if you can get him for not, overpaying, then I think it'd be a great two-headed running back attack of Mostert and Mitchell, and then maybe you can work in Sermon if he gets up to speed somewhere.
I know.
Yep.
God, every time I seen Mostert run, every time he got the ball, you knew there was a possibility if somebody makes one mistake, he's gone. God, that was exciting. So I don't know what it's going to be like after that surgery, though. We'll see.
Yeah. As for Colin Cowherd and Adam Schefter, I don't pay them too much attention. Adam Schefter's the same guy who predicted us to go 3-13 in 2019. So I don't care about what he says
don't forget
anymore.
about Mac Jones coming to San Francisco, and it's a definite done deal. Yeah.
I remember all that. No, the draft was very stressful last year.
Wasn't it, though? I mean,
yes.
But you know what's so funny, though, Merrick? And give me your honest answer on this, okay? We sat back and we watched Trey Lance go to Jacksonville. Zach went to the Jets, Justin Fields went to the Cubs. And then we picked up Trey. And those three guys, they crashed and burned. And Trey has yet to display who he is. But Kyle, being a smart guy, he says, listen, I don't need to put him out there to look like the rest of those guys. And he might. Maybe not, but I don't know. I don't want to take that chance. Now he's a little more polished and probably a little more ready for the NFL. We probably have something good coming up because he's surrounded by a tough cast. So this may have been the right thing to do. The only thing I worry about, and I don't know if you thought about it yet, and you can elaborate on that, who's going to be the backup? This is bothering me more than anything else. I'm not really worried about Trey as much as I am. If something happens to him, what do we do?
I'd say for a backup, you could stick with Sudfeld since he's been there for a year. You could maybe get Nick Mullins if he's available, or you could draft like a late round pick rookie if Shanahan really wants to, because he did that when he drafted RG3 and Kirk Cousins.
Oh, yeah. As a matter of fact, Kirk Cousins was that guy. Okay. Continue.
So that's what I think Kyle will do. He'll do one of those three.
Or like he did with C.J. Beathard. Is there anybody in this draft this year that you think Kyle would be interested in, though?
Honestly, I don't know, because from what I've heard, this QB class isn't that great. So maybe there'll be someone in later rounds he really likes. Maybe he'll get a veteran, or we'll just stick with Sudfeld and ride with Trey, Sudfeld, and whoever else.
We're all going to be scared to death. Because Sudfeld he's not making anybody crazy with his play. Because I saw him when he was with the Eagles, and I says, who's that? I didn't know he was coming to San Francisco, though. There was a connection between whoever came over to us and Sudfeld. That's the only reason why I came to San Francisco. So, it's kind of scary.
Personally, I'd like to know why everyone keeps poaching from our coaching staff. It's getting kind of ridiculous at this point.
Because they win.
Every year we seem to. I'm just wondering why people seem to keep poaching from our coaching staff every year. We're losing like coordinators and other people every single year.
Mick,
I don't see like the Rams or the Chiefs losing anyone.
No, the Rams lost a couple of people. Eric Bieniemy, though, was really interesting. Eric Bieniemy was in the running to get taken away, but something happened. He's going to be back with the Chiefs. When you got a winning organization, if my team is struggling, I'm going to want to know if I can get some of what you got, and I'll pay them more money. That's what that's about.
Yeah.
So if we were losing, there's going to be no attempt to take any of our coaches. So.
Yeah, I understand. It seems like every year we're having to get like a new quarterback coach or tight end coach. It's like, come on, it's getting kind of annoying.
If we win again, look for it next year too. I don't see D'Amico being back next year if we have a great defense either. We're lucky he stayed with us this year. Can you imagine? First year, and they were coming to get D'Amico. Wow.
I'm hoping he stays after this year. I don't want to lose another good DC.
No. I don't know who's going to step up next. Well, Fangio might play with us next year if D'Amico Ryans leaves. But that means we'd have to change the defense? That's too far ahead to look ahead. So Jack Dong says Bieniemy has felonies. Anyway, Merrick, anything else you want to add?
No, that's everything. So good talking
right.
to you.
Always great to talk to you, fam. I'll see you Sunday.
All right. I'll see you.
All right. Have a great night.
You too.
Yeah, I got to tell you, this backup quarterback situation, I can't wait to see how the 49ers administer to this, you know? Because we're walking into territory now we haven't been in. Hey, Tony!
Ronbo.
Tony! Well, Tony,
what's up?
Tony, you cover the daily. Tony, have you heard anything about Trey Lance dating Cowherd's daughter?
No, I was listening to the chat. That's the first I heard of it because Cowherd was off today. Joy Taylor ran the show today.
Oh, no.
Oh, wow.
What was that? I really don't like her spin and twist on things. I hope she had plenty of guests. Oh, God, she bothers me.
Talk, so let nobody get a word in.
Damn. Anyway, and also we got Bobby Turner. I didn't hear. I got to check into that. Bobby Turner may be leaving us as he has not been added to our roll call as far as personnel. I didn't even see that. God, the 40. Kyle Shanahan.
Best running back coach in football.
Huh?
He's the best running back coach in football.
I think so.
I know.
Yeah. Because I like the new guy. I mean, Anthony Lynn, he seems like a good enough guy. But Turner's man, that dude's a legend.
Yeah, Bobby Turner, they say, is he 72? Is he really that old?
He's got to be because he goes all the way back to when Kyle's dad
Denver.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, man, but he's good. He's really good. But yeah, Dayton, Cowherd's daughter. I know he's got one daughter that's overseas. I think in college. I don't know.
Oh, she's in college. Okay, because I thought
no, that's one daughter. I think he's got more. I think he's got more than one daughter. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to look into that. And then I heard your last caller talking about 3 first rounds for Trey. I would have heard about that. I didn't hear nothing about that.
And Denver Broncos. No. If you got 3 first-round picks, you try to get Aaron Rodgers because Aaron Rodgers, the Broncos were on the short list anyway for Aaron to come to. So if the Broncos have anybody they want to trade for, it's not Trey. It's got to be Aaron.
Oh, Ronbo, and then I saw Mike was on. I wish I could have talked to him. Ronbo, and it was right after I got off too. Last Tuesday night,
yeah.
Ronbo, that was comedy gold. If you saw me in the chat, I was laughing, man. That was
yeah, I saw you. Marketing Pro is back all of a sudden, and I noticed he wasn't here earlier. He waited till Mike came and left. Marketing Pro, don't be scared. Call on in here. And Rudy showed up too all of a sudden.
And then when Rhino Mike said, it wasn't a shot at me. He said, "What's this, Ronbo? You got the United Nations, all these different teams." Crap. That was a good one. United Nations.
The bad thing is, though, now the Rams have probably moved in, brought their clothes and everything else, hanging them in the closet. You know, because now that they've won, it took forever, but they finally got past the 49ers. Now, we're not
Ronbo, the rest of the league got it right where we want them. The Rams are overconfident. Their fans are overconfident. I can't wait till next year.
Mm-hmm. You can't find them.
Unbelievable. And then when you ask him, is Matthew Stafford a Hall of Famer? And then me and Nina Mike started laughing at the same time. We said yes.
Marky Pro didn't hesitate. He said yes. No.
No. Because Matt Ryan's game 1 of this coming season, 256 yards passing, he goes over 60,000. Only 7 men have done that.
You know, and that's why he's got to go into the hall before Stafford does. Listen, Tony, let me ask you a question. Though. You know much about the NBA, like guys like Karl Malone, Charles Barkley, who were just great players, but never ever got a ring. You know, there's baseball players down throughout the years. You look at Bobby Bond, not Bobby, but
Barry.
Barry. Yeah, you look at these guys. They were great players. Bonds is not going to get in the Hall of Fame, though. They made that clear due to the doping, I guess.
Steroids and all that.
I look at Aaron Rodgers, and he does a great job. He really does. He's a scary quarterback. But he's won one Super Bowl, and maybe that's going to be enough to get him in. But 11 years, and I watched you, made me cry. Russell Wilson got past them in that game a few years ago and went to the Super Bowl, made me so damn mad. I said, Rodgers, man, you...
Oh, yeah, the NFC Championship 2014.
Yeah.
And then 2 years later, we thrashed them in the NFC Championship.
And remember, what's that blonde guy who plays linebacker? He says, you know what? He didn't even need an offensive line. The ball was out, past us within a split second. You know, that's Kyle Shanahan football. Clay Matthews, yeah. He didn't even need an offensive line.
Yeah. It's funny how he faded, Ronbo. He faded because he was a free agent, and then he just faded. Nobody picked him up. Now he's done.
Clay?
It's like he just disappeared from the game.
Clay got up there. How old is Clay now? I think he's past that age where nobody's interested in because he was good when he was playing. I ain't gonna take that away.
Yeah, but he's been out of the league about 2 or 3 years.
Yeah,
2 or 3 years ago, he was still serviceable, and nobody picked him up.
Yeah, I don't know. You know,
and Ronbo, that'd be a good move. Y'all getting a Mostert back. Now y'all can have that 2-back tandem.
Boy.
Oh man, y'all have a back tandem with Mostert and the young man out of
Mitchell.
Louisiana Lafayette. Y'all got.
That's Elijah. And I don't care.
That'd be a nice.
Give him a contract of incentives. He'll take it because he might not get anything. Yeah. He'll shop around. I don't know if people are willing to get him, but I'd give him something that will go far exceed what he's going to get anywhere else anybody else offered him, provided he makes it to these goals. And then, Raheem, money on the table like you wouldn't believe. We just need to trust you, or we need to feel like safe that you're going to get there, and everybody's going to be happy. We're going to the playoffs. You're getting paid like you're the best running back in the league. I'd give him that.
Because we're going for defensive lineman, like I told you about. But once we get Christian Watson, re-sign Cordell Patterson and Russell Gage, we got our 3 receivers, we got our tight end, and then we're going to draft one of these good running backs in the second or in the third round. And we got a running back named Quadre Olison out of Pittsburgh that we've had for 2 years. Now we got our tandem back.
Kyle Pitts is going to set the league on fire this year. I got a sneaky feeling. He went through his rookie year. Now he knows what the NFL all about. Watch this, man.
And that's why the Falcons need Christian Watson, because he got help. We got Patterson and Watson and Gage and Pitts. They're all eating. We can just draft that kid.
It's amazing what the Falcons.
I know y'all gonna try to beat us to the punch.
And you know this.
And I heard I was watching one of his games. I was watching one of his highlight tapes, and the announcer said that the Seattle Seahawks was there scouting him. It was doing a North Dakota State. I said, oh, no.
Yep. Oh, Tony, we got to go. I mean, DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, and this guy. Man, that's oh, no. Anyway,
we're not going to let them.
Good. If you're picking fun of him, don't let it happen. All right, Tony. I'll see you Sunday.
Hey, Sunday, I'll see you Sunday. March 1st is Tuesday, and the Combine, and then free agency in 2.5 weeks, Ronbo. So stay tuned. Let's see what happens.
I know. It's going to get crazy.
Yeah, we're not going to do anything heavy. I'll see you, Ronbo.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, we're back. Take care.
Tony. You too. Night. Man. We just did that, right? Did we do that? Raheem Mostert is worse on a team-friendly deal. Yeah, we didn't do this. Raheem Mostert is worse on a team-friendly deal. He's capable of taking it to the house on any given play, which is so true. We could have used him against the Rams. Yes. You need that kind of threat. Worth, yeah. No, I kind of feel that. Okay, I should have read that differently. Bobo says, these Rams fans better be here when we win our 6th. Bobo, you won't be able to find a Rams fan. Remember the Raiders after they got washed out of the playoffs? There's been 2 or 3 Raider fans that come around here, but it used to be way more. Because I always get a kick out of some of these people who they like to come in. More Tony? Oh, we're done. Damn, always a pleasure. I'm going to see you Sunday, and we'll go over some other things that are. We got to straighten the media out when they start lying and get things straight. Or at least I want to hear what you think. That's always my bottom line. I'll see you Sunday, fam. Big time. And thanks for contributing tonight, guys. Always appreciate it. A Niner! Do that 3 times a day. I'm telling you, it's like a workout.